Yes, welcome to Keeping the Ball in the Ground. Ian Murray's our guest this week. Slaney, how much are you looking forward to it?
You're my favourite manager of all time, Simon, as you know, so I cannot wait to hear his stories.
Before we get into the chat, once again, the podcast is brought to you by our good friends at NordVPN. Big round of applause for NordVPN. And the timing of the sponsorship is perfect, Slaney, as you've been spending a lot more time online recently, haven't you?
Absolutely, Si, and not for the reason I'm usually on my laptop for hours.
That's only 5 minutes you're usually on for that.
It's Christmas time, and of course I'm doing all my shopping online, but as we all know, that can come with certain dangers.
Ooh.
But thankfully, our sponsors, NordVPN, believe the internet should be free from online threats, censorship and surveillance.
So not only does NordVPN make you safer online with one click by protecting you from malware with threat protection, it's also the fastest VPN on the planet.
So to keep yourself safer online, you can sign up to NordVPN's 2-year plan where you'll receive 4 months free at nordvpn.com/OpenGoVPN.
Also, if you're going away abroad for the Christmas break, Slaney, you needn't worry about missing any of the games over the busy festive fixture list.
That's right, wee man. When you download the NordVPN app, it allows you to change your location to the UK so you can still watch football being played in Scotland and England, even when you're in mainland Europe, Asia, America and loads of other places. I use it all the time for that very reason, anytime I'm travelling abroad.
So what are you waiting for? Get the NordVPN 2-year plan plus 4 months free when you go to nordvpn.com/OpenGoVPN. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Click the link nordvpn.com/OpenGoVPN, which you can find in the description box below. We're going to go straight in it. He's got a pet peeve straight away.
On the bus, mate, you're telling us a wee story.
Ian, you're going to come.
Well, it's not just on the bus, it's people.
People in general,
I've been going to games at the weekend and that, and then with my eldest, and then we all normally get a train and bus to the train, and then last week I was on the bus, and it's bad enough that somebody sat beside me and opened a pot noodle and started eating it on the bus. So the noise, which I can't handle the noise, people, and the smell.
Where was this? Where was this?
Noisy in Edinburgh.
Bad.
What was your dad doing in Edinburgh?
That's something you're going to be doing.
What kind of pot noodle, can I just ask?
It smelled like tomato or something. Like chili or
that's
something
as
like
well.
that. But I couldn't believe it. Really annoying.
I'm with you, there smells of certain foods and that on buses. It's usually I'll tell you the worst one, see the wee fridge raiders you get for Tesco.
They're farts, aren't they?
Mate, they're the worst smell things I've ever
I
smelled.
didn't even think they smelled anything.
No, they do smell, mate.
They're the worst things I've ever
Paul
smelled.
for Greenberg had that.
He's getting ready for the cup final, isn't he? Coming up inside Hampden
Cup
for now.
final week, yeah.
What about you? You've got one.
Aye, so this got sent to me, so I can't even take credit for it, but it's a belter. I think this is one of them that if it's in your household, you can fully go with it. So my missus drinks coffee all day, but uses a different cup each time. Come home and there's 6 empty cups with coffee stains in the sink.
That would do my
Mate, that is in my house, mate, and it drives me mad. Just fucking rinse your cup. Use the same cup. We've not had a Stefan for a while. Come on. I'm
gone with her just now, mate. I'm fortunes down
Is
the
that
hall.
why you've turned into a vicar?
Be Polish, be PC Ferry.
See, when you're a vicar, you need to leave your wife, don't you? And you just go celibate. That's me now, mate. It's just annoying me that much. That's what I've done. You got any?
Well, you've got one with me, because I sat here the day and I was actually happy with my meal last night.
Oh, mate, wait till you hear this, Ian. If you think that pot noodle thing's fucking bogging, wait till you hear this.
What, this was your dinner last night?
Aye.
Over the weekend as well, mate. A weekend dinner.
A roll and cheese and ham, right?
Right, not bad.
Melted in the microwave.
Oh,
Mate, imagine that. Imagine
That's
the
all right.
sog.
Mate, love
Think
it.
that's alright.
Love it.
Do you, mate?
Honestly.
I thought it was alright till you said microwave.
He's
That
the
was
same.
soggy as in.
Mate, it was ringing. That was the only...
That's disgusting.
So talk to me then, what you saying, what should I be doing with that then? In the
I'd put
grill?
that in the grill, mate.
In the grill?
I'd
Aye.
stick that in the grill, mate. Get a good crisp that no fucking
Dried
sog.
wraps.
Aye.
Mate, do that with a wrap in the grill.
That's
They're
nice,
brilliant,
mate.
mate.
How do you see the grill? What are you putting it on? Temperature wise?
180, 150, like
2 ton.
that. You going 2 tons straight up to a 2 tonner,
2 ton right off.
What's your
What happened
deal,
to that
mate?
penthouse you're renting anyway?
Still there?
No, his house got robbed. Have you heard about that?
Oh my God. After the Celtic game on Wednesday, my sister came down to watch it in the house, me, my brother and sister. And game finishes, so we were walking my sister back up to her flat. Me and my brother, so we walked her up, get back.
Why are you wanting her? But what the fuck are you two going to do if anything happens to her? Like?
She actually said that, mate. Fuck you's going to do. But we get back, mate, and my back door's lying wide open. So somebody's broke into the house, mate. It was terrifying.
And then taken?
I don't know.
Not at all.
The guys like that, fuck, somebody's already robbed this place.
But it was, mate, so we slept
This
downstairs.
place has already been done.
We were too
I think
scared
that's
to...
Peter looking for your dad's bag. Somebody desperate for a Johnny.
Mate, we're under threat now.
Wait for that Johnny.
Wait for a Johnny in his dad's back. Desperate for a John. Jumping to sling his dad, so Johnny's in his back. Any other pet peeves, Ian?
Nah, that's it. Just the
Getting
noise.
sacked after one game, maybe?
No, I will go into that later.
And the other ones in football, mate, in football in the game nowadays.
Nah, not really, to be honest. I think there's so many little things going on here, but
Aye.
nah, not really. What's the point? Getting worked up.
I do get quite... these people that put their windows down and blare music at me.
That's noise. It's all the noise for me.
Mate, what are you doing? And
It's noise.
seen a guy in a Volkswagen T-Rock, mate. It was like the most old guy car ever, mate, and he's blasting dance music at
Aye.
it. The fuck
But
you doing?
They turn it up at a red light.
A red light, that's it. Saying that,
So it's
what do you
like,
think? It's
turn
cool
it-
as fuck.
Turn that up. Just start looking at us.
It's even a fucking Porsche or something. Get a T-Rock, mate. Get your window up.
They've turned it
Shut
up.
the fuck
They've
up.
turned it up and put the window down just a wee bit so it's louder. You know what I mean?
He's done that before, he goes
Aye,
too
I
much.
have, mate. When I
That
was
is
younger, all the time.
madness. What do you use? Listen to set music in the motor or is it just radio?
Radio for me.
Country music now. Right into my country.
Aye, mate.
You love your country, didn't you? You've
I
seen
do
that
like
for a
my
while.
country, aye.
What about food at the weekend? What about Danny Swanson picking a fucking chicken Caesar salad for his dream main course?
Did he?
He's a great wee guy.
That's why he's never grown. That's why he's 5'3", mate. He's been eating fucking chicken Caesar salads all his day.
Every time you've asked me, the answer's been a Chinese, but my weekend's always a Chinese.
And again, the same thing every week.
No, different. I go chicken satay with vermicelli noodles. Unbelievable.
What?
Vermicelli noodles.
Fuck's that?
He's changing it all. You've
They're
changed.
pure thin noodles.
You're on the dark. The two, he's on the
mate.
dark side now.
That's strange. Never
Noodles
heard
and chicken,
that.
mate.
Fearless and noodles,
Chips?
mate.
Aye, chips and
Always chips for the Chinese, yeah?
chips and a red
I'm not
hot iron brew.
I'm not an exotic eater. I
Good,
don't
mate.
like Chinese. I don't like Indian. I don't like any of that stuff. So
Brilliant.
my choices are limited. Really limited.
Right, come on, ask him, man.
What's your dream meal?
But give him the full scenario.
Full scenario. So we like to do this. It's your last day on earth. Electric chairs getting wheeled in.
Who's put Andrew Barrowman's bringing the electric chair in?
He's already done it.
So it will be, mate, you're strapped to that chair, and it will be your starter, main, dessert, last meal.
It's going to be really boring because that's my sort of diet. I'll go leek and potato soup, which
Oh, I love a leaking potato
I like
soup.
it.
No bad.
Depends on my mood, obviously.
Would you have bread and butter with that, obviously?
I would have bread, wouldn't have the butter.
You like butter?
It's all right, but I'd leave it. I'd leave it with that. I'd have fillet steak and chips for my main meal.
How'd you get that cooked?
Well done, of course.
No.
I can't handle like the blood in
man.
that. It's not for me that.
Well done steak, do you?
Well done. And
What's your sides? Just cut like, did you like tender stem broccoli?
I do indeed.
Amazing.
Yeah, maybe a bit of butter on that
Oh, wow.
as well. A bit of salt.
You need a
And
cooking show,
then-
mate.
Aye.
Desserts, probably go for.
Viennetta.
It doesn't really
Chalk ice.
go with it, but it's the last meal. I'll go with a nice sherry trifle.
Oh, do you like
me.
these cherry
I
trifle?
do,
I
I
like
do.
trifle.
Oh,
I
I
hate
love
trifle.
it. Oh, I like
I
it.
don't like
We'll have
trifle.
it at Christmas, but I like it.
And a wee drink, mate, a wee alcoholic drink, or doesn't need to be alcoholic, but
A bottle of wine.
aye,
Why
Nice.
not?
rosy, red.
White.
Oh,
Cold white.
White, please.
Tell you now, a wee recommendation for you is Marks and Spencer did an unbelievable deal for, do you know, like dining for twos? It's 2 rump or sirloin steaks, chips and a peppercorn sauce for £9 and it's fucking
2 for £9.
2 for £9.
I think
Very
we need to try to get you on a cooking show, mate. At this
Cooking
time
show?
of year, aye, we need to try to get you
Aye,
on.
Right, like, just quickly, a fan's pet peeve because I can relate to this. Don't know if you will because you've not got kids, but you might get this. Sorry, mate, open up the pet peeves to the punters. Asked the full house if anyone needed the toilet before I went in for a shower. Everyone says no. Balls are not even wet yet and the Waynes need a toilet. Does my tits in
I can't.
my house
Aye.
all the time. See, my kids never want to talk to me, mate, right? Never. See, trying to make conversation with them, no want to talk to you. See, as soon as I sit my arse on the pan, shut the door and lock it, Dad, what are you playing on Tuesday? I'm like, fuck off, give me 2 minutes in here, man.
I can't get on board with that.
Do you
Don't know
ever
what
do
it's
it,
like.
nah?
But want a shite when I'm in the shower? No.
No, want to talk to you all that when you're in the toilet?
No, she's mate. No, what she does, which annoys me, it's like she all of a sudden gets this mad split of energy as you're going to bed. Do you know what I mean? So she want to talk to you as you're wanting to go to sleep.
Bet she does.
When she's sat in
Because she's not on anything else to have now. Just try to get a laugh. Just quickly, your he's worried about his style, but you've obviously pulled the...
I
Very old look
said
at
this
the
to
day.
him the other day that genuinely I was sitting with my dad and I said to him, I'm 32 now, this is my worst I've ever felt style wise. No, the day I'm actually looking alright, but can I get anything right? Because everybody sort of went baggy, didn't they? Everybody's went baggy and just my body doesn't sit well with it, so if somebody's out there who maybe wants to take me out.
Well, I've said this.
Western once.
It was in up Silverburn, wasn't it?
Mate, it looked unbelievable.
Remember your triangles on the other day?
So this is what I said to him. I'm going to buy him a Christmas present, so I was going to buy him an outfit, but only if he lets me pick the outfit within.
And he needs to wear it.
So what we'll do this week? You can...
No, we'll do it for the last show before Christmas.
Right, good shout.
Right.
I'm flying out
But
to
there'll be a lot
Australia.
of people. There'll be a lot of people that watch it. There's a lot of people that watch this. I think me and him did a shite and you did this unreal. It's just the style,
His
innit?
opinion, innit?
That's what you like.
I don't like how you two have really became close with each other. Food, clays. Can I ask you, and I don't know if you've ever, this is a wee bit off the cuff here, with the boy Cucurella yesterday with the boots. Have you ever had a situation yourself, or you ever had a play? Remember
Jim
Lenny?
McInally was obsessed with your boots. What boots has he got on? It's Moulds and we're playing on fucking Astro.
Aye.
Mate, he's just showing Astro. What boots have you got on him at? Moulds, it's Astro. Like, he'd want boys to wear studs on Astro, mate. He was obsessed with boots.
Yeah, I've slept with studs on in grass.
Aye, so
others of times.
I've done it loads.
But what I didn't like is Cucurella doing all this fucking
Mate, it's carrying the kit, man.
flinging his hands up and all that.
Mate, do you remember Lenny? When you had mouldies on?
Oh, yeah.
See, if you slip me, it'd be like, let me see your studs. And it was most...
It's all about your nipples, don't it?
tap up.
There's loads of boys that don't ever wear studs though.
I don't know.
Aye, loads.
Would you want your players to wear studs in like games like that yesterday?
I would say it takes away any doubt. Like
Aye.
Andy was saying, if you slip the studs on, you slip the studs on. You slip the rubber studs, then you're leaving yourself wide open. But I've had it as well. I've done it. I was playing. I think we were playing Maribor way back with Hibs in some European game. I just, for whatever reason, every time the ball came to me, I was slipping. Honestly, Yogi was going mental, like crazy at me. And we're playing with a Jubilani ball as well. Remember the balls that used to move? So it was double hit for me. Slipping, the ball was like that all over the ball. I was like, just get me home.
And
get
did
me
he
out
call
here.
you up at half-time, full-time?
I think probably at half-time. He said something, I can't remember, but and rightly so, because I was like that boy yesterday.
Just last night, Sky Die's been cancelled. You got to tell people it's been moved to when?
Aye, 6th of April it's going to be, which I'm a bit disappointed in. I thought they could have got it sooner. People have obviously donated a lot of money to a brilliant cause. So
Took me for lunch the last 3 days because I came out a bit of money. Thanks for that, mate.
we're going to do it. The only thing I'm now thinking is, mate, I was talking to, I think you were there, I don't know if you were listening, and Derek, and we're actually considering maybe all the open goal boys doing it. I think that would be amazing content. Producers down there, we need to maybe speak to him after it. But it'd be great.
Doing that, innit? What's he doing? That Lenny thing, I remember. Should get Lenny to do that, mate.
So it would be great if all the boys wanted to do it, because you could get some footage out of that, and it could, obviously, the most important is raise a lot of money. Obviously.
Would you ever do something like that, Sky Die?
No chance.
Nah, I'm
Zero.
that. I'm
Zero.
terrified of that.
No,
You do
no
it,
way.
didn't
I would do that, aye.
Well,
Stuff I would be scared of, but that
We'll try
You
to-
hear he's been practising?
No, I've no.
His dad's been driving along Anderson 5 mile an hour and fucking him at the motor.
Yeah, I don't know about
You're trying to hold it at the weekend, don't you?
Oh, mate, what about
See
that?
that
Wow,
live,
you
mate?
missed it.
Somebody keeps trying to say, keeps seeing your dad crying and out it because the price of Johnny's has been up.
Even my dad gets battered in this show.
I've guessed that.
Right, Ian Murray on. How's things been since you left Raith, mate?
Yeah, it's been all right. It's been a while now, so you're talking 4.5 months now. Just going to games at the weekend, just picking games that me and my eldest kind of think are going to be all right, and go along and watch them. And been to Easter Road a wee bit. Most of the
I thought you
home
said you
games.
were wanting fucking games that you think will be alright.
It's getting to the stage where I'll not be back. So yeah, just keep myself busy with that sort of stuff, and looking forward to Christmas.
Are you missing it, mate?
I am now, yeah. I think at the start it's a bit of novelty, and you quite like the sort of 1 or 2 weeks away and just going resetting yourself a little bit. Then the bug comes back in, and you're dying, you're itching to get back out there, and you're going to watch games, and you're starting to look at it again from a sort of coaching point of view or managing point of view. But I'm grateful for a few guys have asked me to go and watch games for them, and for certain things, so I'm grateful for that as well. But look, I'm looking to get back.
Have you been in anywhere since the time you've been after? Have you been in any clubs and watched them training, or?
Yeah, I was very lucky. I managed to get in at Celtic in there, which was amazing. Just to go and see how they kind of work a little bit, and what the manager's doing, and how he's working his players, and how he gets the best out of his players and all that. So that was amazing. I loved that. I loved that.
How long did you go in there for, a week?
No, it was just a day. We just went in for a day.
Did you let you ask him questions on it after it?
Yeah, but one of those ones when I walked away, I thought I should ask so much more. so much more.
That's the worst feeling.
But it was great. I have to say, Celtic were fantastic with me as well.
If you don't mind me asking, have you tried to get back in, or are you just kind of waiting to?
I've not tried because it's been really quiet this year. It's been kind of like dead.
Didn't you just waiting for somebody to get sacked, didn't you?
Well, but that's unfortunately that's what you're kind of looking at. It's just a weird situation, going to games or looking at results and thinking, oh, if they get beat, he's under pressure. If they win, then he's got out the trouble a wee bit. So, but that's the nature of the beast. That's the business that we're kind of all used to. So that's it.
It's strange, isn't it? Being doing that every day and then just thinking, what the fuck do I do for
Crazy.
Aye.
what do I do with my days?
It's like you're saying as well. Like, I think it's like anything. Like, you always want a day off, and then when the day off comes, you're fucking bored. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be the same. You're used to a routine every single day. You might think, oh, do you know what? For the first couple of weeks, this is nice, can relax, no pressure. But then you always want back in, don't you? Do
Go to the gym and that?
Go to the gym, yeah. But again, there's only so much gym you can go, and then you're trying to structure your day, because your day becomes a wee bit, there's nothing there after a while. So you've got to go and find a way to try and structure your day and keep yourself going and ticking over. Just get yourself back in the routine, really.
Yeah. Brutal. Christmas night out season, lads. Our boys are next week.
See, as a coach and manager, are you worried about...
See,
You're choked to cancel
we
it.
played Broomhill Tuesday, Berwick Saturday. If we'd known Mick, if we didn't win both them, a good chance he cancel.
You wouldn't want to do that, would
I
you?
wouldn't do that, no. But he I think he would.
I don't think you can. Regardless of the results, I don't think you can. I don't.
What about no results, but performances? What if?
No, I don't. If they're down tools, not I. But
Mate, I think the game before your Christmas do is more nerve-wracking than try to stay up, and more nerve-wracking than try to win a league.
I think the game after.
Oh, because people are expecting it to be shite.
Aye. We're shite today.
Because he's saying it, that's because you were out.
Aye.
I've told you about the Canal, mate, innit? We went to Liverpool for 3 days, mate. You never knew. We got a bus out of Swindon, mate. We had to lie like that until we got out of Swindon, mate, because he used to just drive about looking for us, right?
He cancelled it?
He cancelled it. He's like, no, you're not going on a Christmas day, you're not having one. But we had Gary Roberts and that, Tommy Miller, all the guys like that. Fucking close with our lads. He's like, make sure you're going home. Mate, I had to print off like a fucking fake boarding pass to Glasgow and show him. He wanted to make sure everyone was going home. Went to Liverpool for 3 days, mate. We went on an unbelievable run after it, right? And after every game he goes, I told you lads, because yous never went on a Christmas do. He used to say it all the time, everyone else was out and yous went home. Good lads, this is what happened. You're like, we were fucking steaming for 3 days, you dick.
That's amazing.
What about yous favourite ones?
Well, again, we didn't go very far. It was probably Newcastle was the furthest we went when I was at Hibs, or Liverpool with Rangers. But now, saying there, boys are going all over the place, and don't know where your lads are going, but I bet it's far
Liverpool.
Liverpool. So it's changing. It used to be one night, now it's 2, 3. It's completely changed.
Where did the Raith boys go when you were a manager? And were
year,
you nervous about that time when they were away?
Nah, I think we had the good lads. Where did they go last year? I think they might have went to Dublin, maybe. I might be wrong, but look, I'm a kind of changed. I think you've got to get the guys a Christmas night out, regardless of the results and the scores, because you've seen it. People will always have a wee go at you if you lose the next few games, but you've seen it go the other way as well. When boys or teams are struggling, they go for a wee sort of get together to come back, and they're offline again.
St Muns was at the weekend,
and then that happened.
And we've scored a win in the last minute.
You look fuming, by the way.
He's definitely the type to bring it up.
Aye.
And to their boys after in the dressing room.
That's the last thing you need doing it.
Did they definitely go, do you know?
I don't know.
That could have been cancelled, mate, because he was fuming after the game.
Have you ever had a manager, where'd you stand on a manager coming on, or a coach even going on a Christmas day? Have you ever had that?
Not for me.
Well, coaches can't go on Christmas days, can they?
Nah, I don't think they'd want to.
I know a few that do, mate.
Nah, I don't know any.
They're reporting back to the manager, aren't they?
Oh, they're grassing you, mate, 100%.
Every single one you do, they're grassing on you.
You and Mick go on every school bride night out?
No, I don't, mate.
Do you?
No.
You've went on a few?
No, I've been out maybe once or twice with the boys.
Ian, see, when at Hibs or Rangers, who was sort of the maddest characters in the Christmas days?
Well, back I was young, my first one, and that was only in Edinburgh. It was probably my favourite one, but it was guys like, we had John Hughes, we had Stuart Lovell, we had Dirk Lehman, Matthias Jack, Sean Dennis's of the world. They were all like, to me, they were like proper men at the time.
Aye.
Again, the manager could have told them anything. They weren't good. They'd done the opposite anyway if they wanted to do it. But it was back in the day of, like, I remember Stuart Lovell going to that dressed as Bob Marley, and I mean Bob Marley as in
full shebang.
the full lot. Can't do it anymore.
No.
Possible.
How was it? What was Yogi like on a Christmas day? Can Yogi drink?
Doesn't drink that much.
No.
Doesn't drink that much.
Bryson,
He's obviously a big guy as well.
Aye.
But Yogi doesn't need a drink. Doesn't need it. Yogi's always fun. He's always full of fun, and he's always on the wind up. So
Tell them the one about was it the blade? Remember you told me in the Manager of the Month interview?
That was the one with the knife.
Uh-huh.
It was my first day at Hibs. We were training at Herrick Watt, where Hearts now train. But it was back in the day when it was an old building, and we had lunch up in the canteen. And I'm 17 at the time, and I'm a Hibs supporter as well. And I had a season ticket up until the day I signed for them, so it was kind of a quick switch for me. And he came up behind me with a knife, a proper big long kitchen knife. He put it right to my throat, right to my throat. And he said, "You better start singing." And I'm thinking to myself, his hand slips at any point,
I'm done
whatsoever. I'm out. I'm out the game. No, so can you imagine that happening now? God,
man.
crazy.
Killie's Christmas do was a couple of weeks ago, and they done letters. And Gary Mackay-Stevens, mate, I was crying when he told me what he got. I can't say it here.
How?
I'll say it in the Patreon, right?
Right.
But I can't say it here because it is. We'll need to cut it anyway.
Right. Make sure you sign. That's worth signing up for a loan.
So obviously they've went like an A to Z, but you've got somebody. So for example, you're picking his letter. So say he gets N, you get to pick what he dresses up as an N. Gazzies, mate.
Is that amazing?
Amazing. Honestly.
So I did that for the last show.
We should do that for the last show. We'll pick out the hat.
So what does it mean? You pick it, what does it mean?
So you
Just explain
you
that,
draw
you know,
any letter.
Fucking hell, man. I listen to
You
that.
draw any letter on the alphabet. So
Right.
whatever your letter is, Si gets to pick. So for example, if you N and he dishes a nurse. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
right,
N
right,
is an
okay,
N.
enough,
Do you know what we were talking about the weekend before the Celtic game? We were addressing with Brock and that. Brock, you know Brock. He's like, scanted my dad at the weekend, eh? Look at this video. So his dad's standing in his kitchen with all the family there. He's standing with 2 dogs in his hand. Brock sets the camera up, mate. Walks behind his dad with something on and just goes, "Fuck you, mate." Full dick balls flinging everywhere. And then Mick showed us a video when Mick was the manager at Darvel. Chrissy Craig, Mick's went into a pizza place to get them all pizzas after the game, and they're all standing behind him while he's ordering, mate. Chrissy Craig went up behind them. "Fuck you, mate." Trousers right down. Scanner was amazing. That.
Brilliant.
You were a bit older than Tom and Brownie and that, weren't you?
A couple of years older than them.
Guys?
Couple of years as well.
Right, so
and
you were
Deke
older.
and all these guys.
Did you need to kind of look after them when they first came through? Nah.
Nah, not really. I think we related to each other because I was probably the sort of youngest one out of the group, if you like, at the time. And obviously with Gaz and Deke it was a wee bit different as well, and Tom, they were Edinburgh guys as well, so you kind of stick together. But then when we had the sort of time where Tony Mowbray came in, the squad was really young anyway. We only had 3 or 4 you would class as experienced players, so we were kind of all the same age, all in the same sort of stuff. Really good friends off the park, really good friends on the park. So we used to go out, every weekend together and socialise together as well.
Brilliant.
Do boys actually still go out like that?
Her boys are out all the time.
Are
mate.
they?
Just
I don't think they go out much now.
I think
Still
the
the
full-time
same,
boys
is
are
it?
different, isn't they?
I remember being at Hibs, for example, coming off the pitch. There were only 3 or 4 baths in the changing room. Running in to make sure you get one of the baths. You're in the bath and you're already half out because everybody's like, you won the game, you're all buzzing, you're all happy. Somebody says, "I'm going to go out," and that starts your mind going. You had no intention of going out. You go, "Oh, I might go out as well then," and then before you know it, there's 7, 8 years all going out, and you just got on with your night.
You ever out with Deeks when he got bad? Deeks got bad for every pub in Edinburgh, didn't he?
He got there was a weird initiative in Edinburgh. I can't remember exactly what it was
like
called. But he
Derek
got
Wilder,
banned
wasn't
from literally every alcoholic place in Edinburgh, pubs, nightclubs. He used to have to go up on his own wee turf and stay in the pubs up there because he was banned from all the pubs.
He's sounding on it.
I think he's
Must have been a head case back
I
then.
don't
though.
know.
his cousins and that. I think you're a bit mad. You had to go to Allo a couple of times, didn't he? Good link.
Ah, brilliant.
Because he was bad for Edinburgh. Scenes in Allo a Saturday night. Did you see them? Kyle played Gary Anderson.
Mate,
Unreal,
I was
man.
so buzzing for him, mate.
He's flying, mate, isn't he?
Mate, he's supposed to get the biggest reaction of the night when he came out, the Ike and Boogie.
Did he?
And then it's coming out, and obviously you're going to see it later this week on the Darts channel. Unbelievable episode coming. And does he beat Gary Anderson?
Gary Anderson's a hero as well, isn't he?
Brilliant, mate.
Mate, the Harris is taking over, keeping the ball on the ground. That's done now.
That was brilliant, honestly, mate.
The Cammy Menzies video was amazing, I thought. How
Loved
sound
it.
was he?
Loved it, mate. I loved
He
the
was
wins.
class. He was proper receptive, wasn't he?
I like the episodes are good, but I like the ones more with the dart players. I think that's brilliant because you find out the insight. Cameron was talking about the mind games and what dart players play.
You like all the gossip, didn't you?
Oh,
all the
brilliant. The wee gossip in it.
So the video will be out later this week on the Aris channel. Make sure you subscribe in the link in the description box below.
Mate, I was thinking, do you think Kev generally, right, because he is very good at darts, could he become a professional?
I think he could.
I think he could.
If he practiced as much as they do, he'd be able to go in Q like that. Is that Q school?
Mate,
And compete in that easy.
it's almost cheating when you watch Kev.
Whoa, hey.
He's so close to the board.
Do you know what's a good wee exclusive? Not exclusive, a wee teaser. Who did they just beat? can't say, can we? But
Oh, he's beat a
Professional player.
he's beat a big player, mate.
Aye,
I mean,
professional.
if he looks like he's made for one sport, it's darts. Isn't it?
Aye,
Even when you see him in
definitely,
amongst them, it doesn't even look like he's out of place. You know what I mean?
That's
It's just like he's in his
perfect.
natural habitat.
And
mate,
we've
innit?
watched these old clips.
It's like a rhino in the wild, mate. It just looks natural to him, innit? Do you play with him, Ian, at Scotland? By kid?
Yes, we did. I think 21s. I think it
was
was only 21s. Who was he as a
Both.
player?
Uh-huh.
He was at Sunderland at the time, I think. He was always massive, always huge.
Yeah.
Always a handful. Just one of those players that sometimes you're not going to win nothing in the air against the guy. So there's no point in going in there. So you have to come, sit off him a little bit and then take the ball off him. And that's it.
Waist touch.
Aye.
But mate, we've seen videos in the air. He's fucking incredible.
He was
innit?
brilliant. He's pinion actually done. Pinion, you're done. You're finished.
Mate, he's some player on the ball now. I'm telling you, we've been watching the clips on the live. He's much better than what people are giving him credit. Actually, used to have been quite hard on him with that he's fit boy.
I've not seen him touch the ball with his feet on any of the videos. He's literally not touched the ball with his feet. The full fucking 10 clips you've put up.
What did you just keep telling me that football's boring these days? Would you think of Chelsea Tottenham? Boring game,
What
aye.
a game, mate.
That poor game.
No.
You just want it launched in that game as well.
No.
And Newcastle Liverpool the night. What a game.
Aye.
They're wanting fucking hoofball.
Do you know though, mate? See the amount of keepers.
And just gone. I'm going to say it, mate. I love him a bit, but he's gone, mate. He's gone. They concede 100 chances a game, mate. It's like a fucking playground game, innit?
Aye.
Mate, remember that at playground? Everyone would just fucking run on. That's what Tottenham are like, mate.
Rangers on Thursday.
Rangers on Thursday. Who was that again?
Tottenham Rangers this
Oh,
Thursday.
so it is, but it's a good time to play them, Tottenham. They look gone, Tottenham.
Well, I'm going to be honest, watching it, see when Van Ven and
Come on.
Romero come off, I'm like, yes, man.
That big dragon, mate. Holy fuck.
His arse hairs are tied together.
The big dragon at the back,
Big
mate.
Callie Dragon at centre half.
Passing the ball with his fucking dragon claws, mate. Timo, mate, see if I was Ange, right? The ball gets played to Timo Werner.
You're spot on
Ange is here. This is the byline here. He takes his touch there, out the pitch.
How is Madison not playing though?
You just go at him, fuck you, wouldn't you? If you're the manager standing there outside.
We've Werner's not a fitter player, I'll tell you now.
Oh, mate,
He
what
ain't
has
a
happened to
fitter player.
Timo Werner?
I don't think he's been. I think he was good when he first came out. See, mate, the last few teams I've seen, mate, he doesn't look interesting, mate.
Aye, Palmer overrated though.
Here's lazy punditry for you. After all they spoke about was Cole Palmer.
Brilliant.
Touched the ball
Big
the full.
fucking winner.
He's got 2 penalties. Never set up a chance, never
He set
got a shot on goal.
Fernandes goals.
Kicking the ball off somebody's leg.
Dribble by 3.
Such lazy punditry, mate.
What
Your
a
man
player.
Redknapp. Special talent.
Lavia,
Fuck off. Lavia was brilliant,
Lavia
mate.
best player on the pitch.
Lavia,
Definitely.
brilliant.
Palmer's just he's.
What do you think English football? Overrated or?
I don't. It's tough because I don't watch too much of it. I watched mostly highlights, but I was down a few months ago at a couple of games, Arsenal, Brighton, and I thought Arsenal were poor, really poor.
Not me, they're terrible to watch
Play
now.
for
So
corners,
they were
mate.
boring, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then I went over to West Ham that night, Man City, the one where Haaland scored his hat-trick. And at that time, I thought Man City were unbeatable. I thought they were going to go the whole season, and then they've just collapsed. So
gone, mate.
So I don't know is the answer because it changes so quickly. But I don't think the level is as good as what people think it is.
What about Arsenal scoring a corner again yesterday?
We done their corner.
Some corner, but the one yesterday's
Oh,
brilliant.
the delivery is unbelievable.
Aye, it's
unbelievable.
class. Because they've done that big run, and just crashed the goalie for the last few weeks. But that one, they've just put everyone in and
Blocked
just left him at the
somebody.
back.
Carragher
Brilliant,
saved the
aye.
reset piece coach. You get 25 grand a week.
Did you, huh?
Carragher saved
he
that.
won it.
People are trying to sign him, aren't they? People are now trying to sign the set piece coach.
Mate, do you remember
40 million.
Aberdeen done the train?
Imagine him standing with the scarf. Him and Guardiola standing with the scarf, signing the set piece coach. That'd be fucking
Do you remember
genius.
Aberdeen done the train back in the day? Do you remember that?
Was that in a hotel room or in the
much
training
better reaction there than
Everyone
that.
does
I
the
mean,
thing.
it was flat as fuck. How bad's that coffee in it? Tastes of Shiraz.
Chelsea Tottenham, that's the best game I've watched for a long time.
But he has gone the big man, isn't he?
I mean, mate, defensively, that's what they've been for Tottenham, I think, Ange.
Mate,
You know,
genuinely,
they
20
conceded so many
chances a game.
Mate, Bournemouth battered them the week before. I watched the full game.
So the Bournemouth were
battered
good,
them.
mate, weren't they?
What about you as a manager? How would you find set piece coaches? Would you accept that, or would you rather do it yourself?
No, I would accept that 100%. Aye, I think a lot of managers know how important set plays are, but it's one thing knowing and other things setting them up. But a lot of pressure on them as well. It's like goalie coaches. We've all been there when goalies not having a good time and you let a goal and you just turn around and stare at the goalie coach.
Do you do that as a manager?
Oh, I've done it a few times. You know? Which it's like it's their fault. Or the or you lose a goal and maybe the assistants on the set plays, you just turn and look at them. Not that they can do anything.
Yeah.
Because people make mistakes and you can tell people they're blue in the face what they're going to do, but don't do it.
I think Robinson done it on Saturday, I'm sure. Looked at the set piece coach, I looked at somebody when they're going in.
I need to tell you, but see, being like frustrations as a coach, so we've went off our nut Thursday about our performance against Falkirk on Tuesday. A lot of you need to get fitter, a lot of you need to start living your life better. We reiterated before the game Saturday, fucking need to be fitter, we need to work here, they're going to be really fit, you need to make sure you're ready for this game, switch on mentally. So I put the set pieces up. Robbo, who plays for us, as you know, is a proper character. John Robertson, you know him, boy for Edinburgh, funny as fuck. So he's the one of them, mate. See, when you're sitting saying he's nodding, he agrees along with every word. 2 minutes before we go out, he comes over to me with a packet of Sensation salted peanuts, coated peanuts. He's like, where are my fucking set pieces?
Salted peanuts for a game, mate?
And then
dry mouth.
So no, it's the fucking chilli ones, mate, they're spicy. So see, mate, I'm still in the dressing room while they're warming up. He comes running back in, he's like, I'm busting for a shite. I'm like, no wonder you've just had a fucking bag of coated peanuts. See, as a coach, mate, like, what the fuck am I doing, man?
That was a good game. Using Falkirk. I've not spoke to you since.
No, they're a good team, mate.
There was Andy, you missed it, there was a brewing argument on the live with Sign Kev. Who's the best, Pep or Fergie? Ian, I need to ask you before we go into the football here.
For me?
Oh,
Ian.
I'm going to say Fergie.
Brilliant.
You have to, eh?
Pep for me.
It's different, isn't it?
Why Fergie?
Just comes over as he was, I wouldn't say aggressive, but he would call it out how it is. Nowadays, it's all sugar-coated. You never hear a manager coming out, giving their players a bit, or giving another team a bit, but Fergie would do it. Just liked his order. Obviously, success as well.
That's always the thing, I done with Aberdeen. That's always people's go-to, isn't it?
The only reason I would say Pep is because everyone tries to copy him. Every manager, every coach, every club, every country. I don't think anyone's really tried to copy what Alex Ferguson did there. But obviously he was just a winner, just won everything.
Nobody's ever tried to copy the scratchy passing. Their passing's fucking scratchy.
But he was just a winner, Alex Ferguson, wasn't he? Just won everything.
No, Fergie is. But it's a great battle between. They two are out in front now.
Ancelotti must be up there, eh?
Ancelotti should be up there, as well.
I'd love Mourinho to be back in the Prem with somebody.
How good's the argument with Guardiola just now?
Mate, he's the best, mate.
What about what do you think the punditry in this Spurs game?
Punditry? I thought Carragher was outstanding.
Right, what about the other ones?
On the actual studio, for me, leave Jamie Redknapp after Saturday night. I don't think the Sunday's he's big enough for that. He's too much for me, man.
Sunday's too much.
Too much. No, I love Redknapp, and I would actually love him and Harry to come on one day and like a very good chat with him. Just sometimes it's, listen, I'm honest as it comes, sometimes the show's just too big for you and you can believe it.
Brilliant. Right, on to the Scottish stuff. Tony Watt scored a dramatic second winner. What about the scenes at the end?
Unreal, mate.
Boys flying.
Aye, unreal.
You were brilliant, mate, I'll tell you that.
The finishes, the delivery is brilliant for Lennon.
Perfect area.
Perfect kind of weight, height.
Aye,
good
unreal.
for Tony to get a go as well.
Aye, we've been saying for weeks, like, I think we've just been choked for him to get an opportunity because he's done well, but the team's done well, so it's been hard for him to get in. It's been a couple of occasions where you feel as if he's got a chance, but he's been, obviously because he's on loan for Dundee United, it's kind of fair in the games we played Dundee United, so he's not involved. So he obviously played last week against Dundee, and listen, we lost 4-1, but Tony was the best player on the pitch. It was very good, and obviously stays in the team. And
where's he playing?
Playing up front. Deservedly gets his goal, but you could see all the boys were buzzing for him. He has worked proper hard. Obviously,
take a pre-made meals.
Chinese, mate. The Chinese. But it's how hard he's done to obviously lose weight, get the team, get fit. He's got the team and obviously scored in the last minute, so buzzing for him,
I was surprised with Robinson's comments after the game.
So was that, and do you know what I loved? I loved Eden on Sportscene. Do you see Eden on Sportscene?
No, I've seen Eden on it,
So obviously Robinson was saying how much he felt that someone with a better team, and Eden basically said, I'm not sure. He's
good on it, because he was disagreeing with Cat. He calls a few things out, didn't he?
But listen, I tell you right now, God's honest truth, it was a terrible game. I didn't think either team played well, but there's no way St Mirren deserved to win the game. We had the best chances of the game. It was a poor game. I think a draw would have probably been a fair result, but I thought we were really comfortable defensively. I don't really think
your free kick,
mate. What about the commentator on his free kick? You watched Sportscene?
I watched it.
He spent one about that away for the fucking needs to be doing better there, Andy Halliday. I'm like, what? Is that Aiden? You see much of the SPL? Have you seen much of the SPL since you stopped?
I have. Obviously, as I said, down. I was at the Hibs, Motherwell. You scored that day. Do you know?
Easter Road.
Can't remember.
Well, you were at that game. I wasn't arguing with you, but I was saying on the Monday, I thought Hibs were good. First half, I thought Hibs were really good. I was thinking,
first half, Hibs were actually decent, but they looked fragile.
Second half,
they looked fragile. If Motherwell scored, thought it was going to be a long second half for them. But I've mainly seen most of Hibs, to be honest, against all sorts of different teams. But they're Jekyll and Hyde. You seen it on Saturday against Celtic. Some of the chances they had at Parkhead.
Unbelievable.
You've got to score them, and it could have been 2 or 3-0 up.
It was a bit heated on the side on Saturday. You know, I've seen Kettlewell. Was he having a bit with Robinson as well?
He get booked,
Stevie
Kettlewell.
Friel was holding him back, wasn't he? Leave it, Stuart. He's not worth it.
I get booked. Kettlewell get booked.
Kettlewell got booked,
I love that for a manager, though. I tell you, I love it for the side of the pitch, seeing that passion.
He has been a wee bit more heat, like, in the last couple of weeks with
Maybe results as well.
Results, have you noticed a difference in him?
He is quite fiery in general, mate, to be fair. So I can't say I have, but I think it's obviously heightened when you've lost 3 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can feel the pressure in the dressing room and his players as well. I think the manner of the results as well, because believe it or not, we actually played well against Dundee, mate. We did. But you lose 4-1, so nobody cares how you played, especially in the sort of manner that we conceded 3 goals in the space of whether it was 10 minutes or whatnot. So I think there was a lot of pressure going into the game at the weekend.
But you could get assist of the season.
Me dink.
I love that. Hard pass that execute.
Great save, to be fair, because it was a hard...
Bob Malcolm, great save for Bob Malcolm, innit?
It was a hard technique for Seds to take that in the volley, but it was a good save.
Best feeling in the world as a manager, Ian, scoring the last minute winner?
I think so. I think any other time you'll know when you score in a game, it's not really that great a moment apart from relief. You relief for about 5 seconds and then you immediately turn to what's happening on the pitch. I think even scoring a second goal in the last minute, because then you go, we're done now. We're done.
But you know what was even better? So scored in the last minute, but like the ref long left and he went, that's it. So we know we're walking back to kick-off, just blowing the whistle straight away. Incredible.
Mate, I need to say, because I seen him in Wonderbar a couple of weeks ago, I forgot to mention it. Boy McMenamin for St Mirren, good player.
Really good, really good.
Everything that they do kind of goes through him, goes through him.
Quick, direct, probably their main sort of creator since he's came back from injury. That one he sort of cuts inside his left foot as well, great strike.
Yeah.
They've got good players. St Mirren have done well, because remember they started the season poor this year. And then they picked up with some great results recently. And I think going into the game, like I says, a draw was probably a fair result. Either team was good, but a point would have been no bad for us, considering obviously the last sort of 3 games. Then to get that goal in the last minute.
Where can they finish, Motherwell? There you go, halfway stage of the season. Top 6?
Well, you had Dundee bottom.
They've got to push for top 6, Motherwell.
Dundee?
You had Dundee bottom of the league.
No, never.
No, third, sorry. Third.
That was before McCowan went. We always need to remember I said it before McCowan went.
And Airdrie to win the championship.
That was a badging.
Yeah.
They can't win a game.
And I said last week, Engels and Hattati didn't get enough goals. Hattati scores the one against Aberdeen, Engels scores against them.
Mate, there's something wrong. There's a jinx in this show, mate. Every time you say something that happens at the weekend,
you're going to get your hole in it.
Rangers have no chance of winning the final next week.
Do you want me to say that? I'll come out and say that, mate. They'll fuck it. They won 5-0, mate, I'm telling you. Right, on to that game coming up at the weekend. Celtic played Hibs at the weekend. Start with Ian Murray. Hibs looked like created a lot of chances, though.
They did. They had incredible chances. I mean, Hibs have improved. In the last few weeks, they've definitely improved, but the bar was that low. I mean, they could only go one way and improve, but they're still bottom of the league. They've got hard games. Got the derby coming up just after Christmas, which will be really difficult. But if they go to Parkhead and create those chances, they can do it anywhere. The only thing I would say is they still look like a team, for me, watching them on highlights only, their confidence isn't great. You've seen that with the big striker missing 2 1-on-1s. You see it with Joe Neal missing one from the penalty. It's a great chance. You know, it tells me that the belief is maybe not quite there, which will be frustrating the manager, like you wouldn't believe. But to go there and create a lot of chances, they've got to be positive.
See, on that, I'm going to ask you, what you think the striker's chance is easier than... I think Neal's is easier. See, when you're running through, you've got loads of time, mate, and the goalie's quite big.
I don't know.
I think
Neal's got to score.
I think they've all got to score them, to be honest.
I think the striker does everything he can in the first one. The second one, he's touched to set up the finish.
Terrible. Too much.
But I think he does everything he can. The first one, he takes a good positive touch. He gets across Trusty. He hits it either side of Schmeichel, but he does well to obviously stick his leg out. But the second one, he never looks comfortable, does he? I don't know if that's confidence-wise for the first one, but
that's what I mean. It's
definitely
like,
confidence. Takes a poor touch.
You look at his penalty at Ibrox as well. All that. It's not a guy who's got loads of confidence.
But Neal's got good technique. You fancy him big time, didn't you?
Mate, what, 6 yards for a goal? So see, you're saying Hibs have improved. Where have you seen an improvement in Hibs? Is it creating more chances?
Aye, definitely.
I think you can now start to see a wee bit of what they're trying to do. I think before it was a wee bit scattergun and it was hard to work out. Were they going to go long? Were they going to play it short? I think now you can start to see the manager's sort of imprint on his team, and that's why they're creating chances. They now know, or look like they know in the attacking sense of the game, they know what they're going to do.
Well, she saying that, Ian, we played them. I was saying to you, they beat us 3-0 last week.
That's right, yeah.
And all week we were want a man for man press because kind of watching how they played, so they know they try and play. We want to try and get after them. They were so direct against us, and it kind of spooked us because we'd set up for them to play because they had been playing.
They had worse than that as a
mate,
coach.
they just went so direct.
Set up a week in the pod. You're no fucking doing what you said. They're like, fuck.
But they went so direct, and it worked. To be fair, because they just kind of played over our press and played off second balls in their half, and obviously it worked for them. They ended up winning the game 3-0.
Ian, can they turn it around, Hibs, do you think?
Yeah, they can, but they're going to have to be quick because you're not at the start of the season anymore. You know, you're a good, amount of games in now. You're starting to sort of sell out a little bit. People can keep saying they're too good to go down or they're too good to be in the bottom two in the playoffs and stuff like that, but we've seen it before. You look at it, I mean, for Edinburgh to have Hibs and Hearts in the bottom two at this stage of the season, both sides, I mean, it's something not right somewhere.
Again, the genius at us, mate, we were debating last week for about 20 minutes with Nicky Cadden and Chris Cadden were saying they were the twins, the hard twins.
Yeah, couldn't believe it. My reasoning for that they weren't the twins is because I've no seen them together a lot. That was genuinely my thinking. I remember going back to Motherwell and I always used to speak to Chrissy Cadden. I was quite tight with him and I really liked him, but I always remember when somebody says get a brother, I went, I can't be his twin because he was never there when I was to talk to Chrissy.
Brilliant. Right, on to Celtic, Paul, you watched the game. What happened? Why were Hibs
defensively shocking, honestly shocking defensively. Big thing obviously is that Carter Vickers not playing. They're not the same team whatsoever. You've seen them via Aberdeen midweek how good Carter Vickers was. You think back to the Kilmarnock game after the European game where Kilmarnock had so many chances, Carter Vickers not playing. But what I would say is with Scales and Trusty, the amount of times that Scales is jumping into to Johan when it's known, unless you're set up to like, and it's there to go and press it, I get, but he's maybe say 5-10 yards off him. By the time he's going in, he's leaving the biggest gap. See, on Wednesday, we're actually going to, on the live, we're going to, we can't obviously use the screen here, we're going to look into, I'm going to show you the examples of the amount of space they're looking in. If you're Rangers and now...
So see when he's jumping in, where's the other centre back? Too far away from him?
Trusty's not covering that space. Trusty's then trying to jump, catch the big striker, Hibs striker, Kurovic.
Offside.
He's trying to catch him offside. So they're leaving this massive gap. It happened 3 or 4 times. And even times where Engels was going up, obviously, Rodgers asked him to go. He's going to jump up to the other centre half. He's too far away. He's too far away. So by the time he's going to do that, they've already moved it on. And if you're Rangers and with this cup final coming up, that to me is a blueprint where you can really hurt Celtic. It really is. I've seen it too many times this season. V Bruges as well. The press was orang. You need to watch it. Where Hatate's then jumping up, they're leaving. I think it was 3v2 in midfield.
Pitch, yeah.
Aye, and there's a spare player the whole time. They're getting that right at the moment. What I would say is when Carter Vickers is playing, it does make a huge difference. He's great.
He's like 3 guys into Carter Vickers.
100%. But it's got to be better.
Let's go with your team. I want to know what your team is because obviously Engels scored. How was his performance? Out with his scoring, how was his performance?
I still think he needs to do more. I still don't think he's offering a lot. Well, listen, he's a young guy. It's going to take time to get that. I mean, you see him with Kuhn last year as well. We thought he's not going to be great. It will take time. But I've heard he was a sitter. He was a sitter and Rodgers and tried to move him to an 8 as they want to call it.
How was McKeown?
But he was good. Again. But the final, the team will be...
No, what's your team? What was your team play before
my
you
team,
tell us what his team's going to be?
Schmeichel in goals, Johnston, Carter Vickers, Trusty, Taylor will go in the final, McGregor, Bernardo, Hatate, Kuhn, Kyogo and Maida. Maida needs to be better though. He's dipped half, his performances have dipped half, he's got to pick up.
But it's Rangers is playing, mate. It's always unbelievable against Rangers.
And I think that's the debate, Andy, whereas...
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Will Tavernier play?
So we're going to go to Rangers in a minute, but let's go Rangers team. If that is the Celtic team, you obviously both played the Rangers, what would your Rangers team be to go up against that Celtic team?
Good question.
Tav's obviously scored at the weekend, but...
I think in finals you've got to go with big experience. I'd be surprised if Tavernier doesn't play, that's for sure. I think you've got to play him. I know he's coming for a bit of stick and a bit of criticism. But overall, I think you've got to go for a bit of experience of. He's been there before as well. He's played, cup finals. That's what I would do. But
see, if you're Maida, you would just go up to him like the first thing, just go boom. But what's your Rangers team for this? We want your full team as well because I'll say as well. Barrett. It's the other debate for me is Barnard Diamande.
I think I would go Sterling.
Right back.
Aye, sorry, Tav.
Wow, big shit. That's a headline.
But I do think like it's been talked about for so many games in it, and then like Maida's just making such a big. big difference in these games, whereas I think Sterling's attributes is 1v1 defending. So again, I think you've just got to utilise it. I think actually when Sterling's came in for Tav in the European games, it's been for that, and I think he's done very well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that again.
He's going to get that shout, innit? If he goes for a piss, you go for a piss,
go
Will.
with him,
He's just going to follow him everywhere, isn't he?
But I would go 4-2-3-1, because that's obviously what they've been doing. I wouldn't play Danilo, mate. Personally, I wouldn't. I know he scored the last 2 games, but I don't know. I wouldn't say I've been overly impressed with him. I'd like to see Bajrami come back in for Danilo.
And put Igmani up.
Igmani, Hadji, Danilo, Czerny.
Do you think you can change that front four after, what, 8 goals in 2 games?
Listen, you're playing Celtic, mate. You're not playing Ross County and Kilmarnock.
But I know you've struggled for goals all year, mate, and you've finally started working and scoring goals. I just wouldn't change it.
Well, everyone says, why are you changing it with Barron and Raskin when you won 6-0 and they go and win 3-0 comfortable again? I think every game's different, innit? You've got to approach it that way. So obviously Barron when
they won 6-0, but I can understand why with Ross County away.
So that's like, again, what about... I don't think Danilo looks as if he's injured to me still when I watch.
He walks like the Penguin, mate, genuinely.
But they've got the game on Thursday as well, obviously against Spurs, so that can change everything. That can change everything.
Hadji's...
if they go and win the game, if they go and lose the game heavily, then the manager...
So what do you do for Spurs as well? There's the question.
That's it.
You going to change your team for Spurs?
Full binner.
Full binner for it, I think for the Rangers supporters, the final is more important, and that you've got to remember that as well. If you could pick one game to win out the 2, you'd have to pick the game against Celtic.
So, like, see when you're saying full binner, like, who are you leaving out on Thursday for Sunday?
Well, see, you talk about every game.
Play both, won't he?
Aye. You talk about every game being different, right? Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dessers coming against Tottenham, because if Dessers is playing against a Ben Davies, do you know what I mean? You could obviously Ben Davies is a top player, but that's like someone you want him to get physical with, you want him to try and get in a sort of rough and tumble way. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him coming for that.
So who else plays? Who plays both games for Rangers? Butland plays both games, doesn't he?
Raskin's been
will
brilliant
play both.
Suter will play
both. Balogun won't play Thursday. They'll keep him for Sunday, won't they?
Maybe no Jeff actually, because you almost...
I think it's so hard because you're talking about changing the striker. I think that's an easy one to change, because with all due respect, it might be the least amount of activity in the game Rangers are going to get. So you can get away with that one, and you won't look back on that and regret it. You know, if you go and change your back four in midfield and you get a do, and you might look back and go, I should have been in the team. My best team played them, seen how we got on, then recovered them for the game on Sunday.
Czerny will play both, did you say him?
Czerny will play both, yeah.
I don't know if Czerny will play v Spurs. He looked as if he was struggling a wee bit at the end of the game with an injury, like he was limping a wee bit. I don't know if they'll keep him fresh for Celtic.
What are you for Rangers if you got your Rangers hat on? Because you've supported Rangers quite a bit this season on the podcast. That's why I'm asking. What would the team you would like to see play against Celtic? Would you like to see Dessers play?
I would like to see Dessers play, but he can't play him. They're so much better. They've been so much better without Dessers.
What about the whole Barron, Raskin, Diamonde thing?
Do you know what? I think Barron's got to do more. I think he's been good and he's tidy, but a lot backwards and sideways, which is sometimes all right, but I think he's got to give that threat going forward more. So potentially, I don't know what Diamande. I don't know. Has he been great? He'd be probably that'd be the one question. Would you take him in for? Raskin's been brilliant, isn't he? He's really come in and been brilliant.
Been excellent.
Has Raskin been playing as a sitter himself? Does that suit him better? Or
the Kilmarnock game when Barron didn't play, it looked like a 4-4-2 almost. So it looked as if him and Diamande were kind of playing alongside each other, but he was the more deeper one. But he went a couple of... Can't remember whose goal it was. It might have been Czerny's goal. He went a mazy run into the box, didn't he? So he's got a licence to go forward. He's been really good.
Ian, can I ask you that Clement's just not got it right at all for Celtic? His setup's been wrong. How would you, if you're the Rangers manager, how would you go and set up against Celtic in this game?
It's tough, because I think when you look at Celtic at the moment, nobody's got it right against them, because they're just blowing teams away. You just have to look at the semi-final. Is it 6-0, I think, or 5-0?
6-0. Like that.
You know, that's how good Celtic can be on their day. You've almost got to kind of hope Celtic don't quite get it right. You get a wee bit of fortune on your side. You take your chances when you get them. But I think I've only seen Rangers live once this season, but I've watched a wee bit of them, obviously in highlights. They're not brilliant to watch. You know, we have to be honest in that. They're very structured at times, particularly defensively. So I think they'll go 4-2-3-1, which is pretty much what they do anyway. But I don't expect to see loads of attacking players in the park for them. I think they'll have to try and contain Celtic, which is dangerous as well.
Maybe Rangers though, they seem to pick up a lot of good results in Europe. Would that not suit them against Celtic? It hasn't though. It hasn't since Clement's been in, but you'd think with that sort of game plan it would work, wouldn't it? Sort of hitting the counter and...
That's a good point.
They've done brilliant in Europe.
Aye,
But would you
great.
say Rangers have done that against Celtic? I think Rangers have went and pressed
Aye,
Celtic.
but
went
that's
after them, yeah,
They've not
yeah.
got it right at all, Celtic, haven't they? No. I wonder if they'll go with that.
They'll go with a more like European like performance.
Potentially, aye.
Because see in Europe, what is it they've done? Is it sitting off teams? What is it like mid press or is it low press?
Aye, I would say it's been a bit more
like mid halfway line. They go and press.
counter attack. Aye. I don't know if you watched the Nice game. I can't remember if we spoke about it or not. But Nice, mate, like we're talking about Tottenham defensively. Nice, I've never seen anything like the way they defended. Honestly, Rangers were 2 passes away for a 1v1 with a goalie every single time Nice attacked. So I think it's different to compare it to a game like that because I thought they were embarrassing the way they defended, to be honest. But like Malmo, Olympiacos, they were a bit more sort of sit in, try and win it in the middle of the pitch, where I do think that sort of Raskin and Barron combination, the two of them in Europe have been excellent together. And then obviously playing the sort of
And Celtic,
counter-attack off that.
they obviously bring Taylor in. So if they can win it in the areas like Hibs done in there, they've got massive space to then go and break into.
But what I will say is I think Czerny's been really good the last sort of 2 months, but I think this is a big game for him, I think, because I thought started the season no great. The first Old Firm game I thought he really struggled, so I think these guys that have been brilliant recently, again it's Celtic's a cup final, these are the games you want to see them sort of continue that form.
How much more exciting is it so that Rangers have hit a bit of form going into this game? Because see 2 weeks ago you just thought this is going to be, but now I think it could be really tight.
But I think everyone still would say Celtic's going to win the game.
I think
now.
Celtic are still favourites, but I agree it's definitely tighter than it looked. It was going to be 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Rangers always tend somehow, somewhere, eventually, to pull out a result against Celtic in a game where nobody really fancies them.
Because even when Ange was flying like the finals, they were never Celtic never blew Rangers away.
Nah, never.
They were always tight, weren't they?
Aye.
What did you make comments the next 2 games? They're financially out of their league. Why?
I don't know why
I say that.
I don't even get it. Like he was saying about even with Spurs, which we all know, and he was saying for my team, we've not played against teams like a couple of years ago. Rangers got to a European Cup final. They beat Dortmund and beat Leipzig. I know it's different, some different players, but
And he just done an AGM last week in front of the punters saying how he's trying to create a winning mentality, and then 3 days later you're talking about how you can't compete
it's
financially with
just
somebody
stupid.
else.
I don't get it. Honestly, I don't know why you go into that.
Mate, you've been incredible. You've blown Redden up out of the water.
Aye.
I could maybe do the Sunday show now, couldn't I? I've had to be see for a month. I have been horrific. I can't even watch your podcast back on a Tuesday because I'm that bad. Just left where I'm at.
No, mate.
Nah,
Tell you,
you're
mate.
fire, mate.
No, I'm
The
not
only
good.
way you'd get on Super Sunday is if they brought Richard Keys back. Somebody that makes him look less creepy. That'd be the only way, mate. That's your only hope for Super Sunday. Keys, Grange Lane. The new, what is it? Stick to football. Stick to shacking.
I don't know, mate. I've got a reputation for that. A guy that doesn't fucking talk to any birds at all.
Incredible. Predictions for the game, lads.
Celtic 3, Rangers 0.
That's madness. This will get played back. You think 3-0?
Celtic 3, Rangers 0.
See the last game, so Hearts Celtic never started well, Aberdeen Celtic never started well, Weekend Celtic never started well. Why are you so confident?
I just seen games like this in the big games, the semi-final against Aberdeen. The big games, Celtic tend to really turn up when they go to another level. I think that will be the same again. That Aberdeen game, I know it's different, but that Aberdeen, the semi-final, they drew to each at home. God, talking about like title race, Aberdeen, who could win. They blew them out the water 6-0. And I think Celtic are just at a different level than Rangers.
I'll go 2-1.
I'm saying 2-1 Celtic.
2-1.
Yeah,
Two
I
one
could go.
Celtic.
I
I
could
think
see a
Rangers will score.
2-1. Yeah. Who's your scorer for Rangers?
I get man.
He looks like he's got a bit, didn't he?
Nutmegs
Aye.
everybody.
I think especially being, what is he, 20? 20-year-old?
Is that, he's 20?
I'm sure he's 20, aye. 20,
he's
maybe,
young,
20,
aye.
maybe 21. But I think he's listen, I think fans let's be honest, they've kind of got fed up watching Dessers over the last sort of few weeks or whatnot. So they just want to, I think they just want to see somebody get a chance and let them make mistakes, let them develop. Because I think there has still been parts of Igaman's game that's
Bit raw.
it's not quite been there, that a wee bit raw, but I think they're accepting it because they've got an asset there, they've got someone that they can actually hope can get better. And
Just him and Hadji just try things, don't they? It's not just
Aye.
that safe pass all the time. They're looking to take people on, open teams up. It's what Rangers have needed, isn't it?
It is, because they were, as I say, they were quite
Rigid.
they were just, it was quite easy to see what they were going to do and combat it a little bit. And since these boys have came in and started playing well, the results have picked up.
what I like about him as well, though, he's no scared to take people on, even for a striker. Do you know what I mean? He's like physical. He's got a decent touch. He looks as if he knows where the goal is. But anytime he gets it, he's like he says, he'll face somebody up. He'll try and have a go. Done a flip-flop against Nice, did you see it?
Did he?
Reverse
Flip-flop?
flip-flop.
Aye, brilliant.
Didn't mind it. Biggest games you played in for Rangers? Cup finals?
No, we didn't. We were really bad domestically, really bad. We finished third one season, so you think this is bad now? Then we were really bad in that year.
Third?
But we done well in Europe. We got to the. Well,
What was so bad? What was so bad domestically?
I think it was teams didn't fear us. We weren't brilliant with the ball. So in Europe we didn't have as much of the ball. We had some good players though. Like we did have some good players, but for some reason we were poor domestically and decent in Europe. So I think the biggest games were the Champions League games. No question about that.
Can I just ask, because I'm obsessed with this, like, what? See, you saying you were poor on the ball. What was that? Was that no coach days at all? Was it basically just going out and making it up?
Nah, not really. No, obviously we had like our game plan and stuff like that, but we just struggled a wee bit. And when you look at the squad that we had, we shouldn't have really. We were a bit fragile as well, especially at home. We had some really bad results at home, bad runs in games as well, or we'd just scrape over the line in certain games, 1-0s, 2-1s away from home. And again, teams we played Dunfermline in the Scottish Cup. We're 3-0 down at half time against Dunfermline. 3-0 down at half time.
Was that Ian Durant?
Ian Durant, yeah.
Aye.
Just as Walter was coming back in, 3-0 down. We lose the game 3-2. But that's unheard of.
What were Dunfermline in the Premier League, the Championship?
I think they were near the bottom of the Premier League at the time.
Crawford and Brewster?
Crawford.
It was Ian Durant took one game as caretaker. I remember that was
yeah.
the game.
Aye,
Did you play the Hibs 3-0 at Ibrox?
Yeah, I did,
Ivan Sproul was...
Yeah. He came on a sub for
Aye.
Big Gaz, who was raging when he went off.
What did Big Gaz, did he not say something? He went, oh no,
He said, what's he going to do, or something like that. He scores a hat-trick. Ivan came on and just... I remember saying to Big Soto Kyriakos, because he was playing left centre half at the time, I said, mate, you got to watch his pace. Big Soto, you could... Yeah, no problem. 50 minutes later,
Done.
3-0.
Hibs were doing that to teams at that time, so weren't
He was brilliant, mate. He was deadly.
What about some of the main highlights for the Champions League games you played in?
Champions League was brilliant. When you look back on it, Villarreal in the last 16, the second leg, fantastic. Like this amount of Rangers supporters that were over there, and it was one of those like you were coming down the street, bus couldn't move. Bus is like rocking side to side with the fans. This is before the game as well, and we actually done all right. Should have went through.
Boydie's chance.
Boydie's header, eh? Aye.
What was it like?
Last couple of minutes.
Aye.
What's like?
The header inside like 6 yard box.
6 yard box.
The goalie's
To put them
hand
through to
over wide.
quarter-final.
No, he kind of didn't even connect. Like Boydie normally
Sort of
hits
scarfs it
everything.
that way.
He just sort of went like that, and it was we scored that. We're through to the last 8. That's how tight it was. But they had Raquelme.
Villarreal team.
There who
His performance at Ibrox
It
was
was
one of the best
unbelievable.
I've
It's one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Aye.
He was outstanding. Really good.
seen. He just ran the gaff.
He ran the
Did he
game.
not Panenka a penalty? Mad.
He might
Think
have.
of that.
I mean, we got away with a 2-2.
I remember that team. It was the boy. Was it like Senna?
Senna
midfield.
Senna was brilliant,
And
mate.
the Argentinian left back, the big afro.
Capdevila.
Forlan was a striker.
Nice man.
Forlan.
was a striker.
Who was the Forlan?
Yeah, they were a good side. They got the semi-final, and they missed a penalty in injury time to beat Arsenal to go to the final, and then Arsenal beat them in extra time.
And then Barca beat Arsenal. Was
Barca
that
beat
year?
Arsenal, aye.
That was last time.
Aye,
Came
so
on,
they're a
wasn't
good
it?
side.
Mate, remember that Villarreal team came to Celtic Park a couple of times? Cazorla, Raquel.
Nice.
Oh my God. They're up there with the best teams I've watched at Celtic Park.
Aye, they were
They
good.
were a fucking
They were a
joke,
joke,
weren't they?
aye.
Who is the best? Sorry,
Sorry, mate.
Who is the best team you've seen come to Ibrox as Parkhead?
My favourite was probably that. Do you know the favourite team I've ever watched? I went to a Man United Atletico Bilbao game when I was at
Oh my
Swindon, mate, and it was
God.
Bielsa's Bilbao
Bielsa.
at Old Trafford. Mate, Scholes, you could actually see them on the pitch going, what the fuck is happening here?
That was
Couldn't get a
annihilation,
kick in
mate.
the ball, mate.
That's the thing.
There's your greatest ever manager, mate, getting popped for Bielsa.
But that is the thing though. There has been top teams that have came to play Rangers and Celtic over the years, and Rangers and Celtic have got
Good
results
results,
against them.
aye.
Like,
Remember Barca?
did you put the Barca 0-0? Aye, Rangers.
Ronaldinho played on strip.
Well, they've took a cut of downs. Liverpool beat them. What was it, 7-1 last year?
Last
the
year,
year
2
before. But I remember Mendieta with Valencia at Ibrox.
What a
What a
team.
player.
Ran the
Aymar,
show, man.
Mendieta,
Aima.
Aymar.
Benzema scored a hat-trick.
Oh, aye.
Don't know if you were
Leon.
there, that one. Leon, Ibrox scored a hat-trick.
That's what he did,
Benzema.
What about any other teams you came up against that were really good?
Played Maribor before people really knew about them in that game, where I kept slipping. They were unbelievable. Honestly, like we were rubbish, but they were unbelievable. The week after we played them, they stole 2 boys to Palermo for like 20 million quid each. We were like, we never heard of them. You know, sometimes you go against a team and think, oh, we've got a wee chance here, and this should be all right, and they just come out and they blow you away. But they
Always good on the ball, weren't they? You said
They were, honestly, they're so
quick.
quick. They're so quick. You know, 1-2 touch all the time, so you can't get near them.
I've said like on here before, like it's amazing how like as fans where see like a Rangers, Celtic, Hibs, Hearts, Commander, whoever it may be, they'll draw a team for like these nations and they're like, oh, brilliant.
Crazy.
Don't realise how good these teams are.
It's crazy.
Like technically so good.
Why is that? Why are they so good?
Again, it's
Coach,
they've got like styles. These teams. I always felt like some of them tactically weren't they great, but like technically as football players they were all brilliant.
Yeah.
It was we played Croatia when I was in 21s in the knockout to go to the Euros. It was the same day Scotland played Holland at Hampden and McFadden and scored like 1-0, and then Holland went and scalped Scotland 6-0 or something.
Yeah.
We were in Croatia and we thought we've got a right chance here. Didn't know any other players, but they had Modric playing and they had Kranjčar playing.
Wow.
And we didn't know who they were though. And we were like, during the game, we were lucky I remember I was lucky if I touched the ball 10 times. Right, I was just chasing, and I couldn't get anywhere near them. And then after that, they beat us 2-0, and it should have been 22. And after that game, they took them out and put them into the first team, and we played them at Easter Road, and we beat them 1-0. So those two players ran us absolutely ragged. But before the game, we had no
idea
information on them because it's a long time ago now as well. But they were just so good technically, and they were so quick. So they're almost like in their head, 2 yards ahead of you, physically 3 yards ahead of you. What can you do?
What about who you came up directly against? Who's the best you've came up directly against? Like, as a centre half or centre mid, centre half, centre forward?
I've said it before, but obviously I was young at the time, and coming up against guys like Hearts and Sutton, Larsson in particular, was a hell of a learning curve. All different. I used to actually like playing against Larsson. It sounds ridiculous, and I don't mean it to be cocky, but he done what strikers do. You knew he was going to run front post or go to the back post, but as long as you could get there and match him, that's fine. But more often than not, he would get a wee half yard ahead of you. It was the guys like Colin Samuel and these lads who didn't know what they were going to do. They used to bamboozle me. Like, 1v1 against him. Diddy, I got 1v1. What chance have you? I remember playing against Diddy at Easter Road, and I was left back at 18. Oh my God.
Ripped me apart.
He absolutely destroyed me. Didn't have a trick in his locker, but everybody knows how quick he was. And I hear all the fans shouting at me, and I'm like, do you want me to do?
What the fuck do you want me to do? You feel like that? Hang on a ref, pull that 2 minutes. What the fuck do you want me to do here? He's rapid, I'm not.
He's just kicking the ball past me and running. What do you want me to do?
Jenky's quicker than Usain Bolt.
What was it? Gives the Barry Ferguson shout. You know what he's going to do? He's unpredictable as fuck.
I mean, he said that, man. Team thought about a striker. What was he like, Fergie, mate? Terrifying.
Nah, Fergie was alright. Fergie was, I got an alright one. He was moaning, he always moaned at you in the park and that. That's part and parcel, but he was a great, brilliant player. Again, you don't realise how good he is until you go and play with him.
Is he the best player you played with?
One of them. I think it's hard. Obviously, play with Frank and Russel at Hibs, good players. Barry at Rangers as well. Different. They're all different. Like Russell was just natural ability and off the cuff, and didn't really like to run back the way Frank was. Long range passing. Fergie was just box to box, scored goals.
Russel Lattapy still the best shout ever in football, mate. Innit? I've told you before, innit? When they're doing pre-season, you come out late, innit? Says to Jack Ross, shouting, why you never done the run? He goes, you carry the piano and I'll fucking play it. Brilliant, mate. Amazing. I love that.
Don't want to go too far off topic, right? But tell me you've watched Middlesbrough at the weekend. Friday night.
Carrick's meant to be getting the West Ham job.
Doak, mate.
Was he a joke?
So now we've talked about Scotland missing that player for years, mate. It's him, mate.
Is he? Is he the one, Andy?
Oh my God. He was unbelievable, mate. Honestly, just taking people on every time we get the ball and getting by them. Every time.
I'm surprised.
How refreshing to see, mate.
That's brilliant, mate. It is.
When was last time Scotland had a player like that? Genuinely. They just got the ball and was just direct and quick and tricky, and he was so good, mate. Honestly.
I'm surprised, I'm surprised Slot let him go. But then Salah's in front of him, so he probably wouldn't have got any game time. But with a player like that, mate, he'd be brilliant for Liverpool, wouldn't he?
Aye.
But it's better he's playing every week, though, innit? He is getting games.
Have you ever seen a Scottish player like that? And you're like, when it really excited you?
I don't think so. We've always got good players, but one of my friends said to me a couple of years ago, he was down south, he said he's the best young player at that age he's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was, I think he might have just left to go to Liverpool, maybe, but he watched him, and he said he's the best young player he's seen.
Lennon says he's the best.
Lennon Miller says that Ben Doak's the best he's seen.
Best he's seen, aye.
Yeah.
You know what Lennon says goes for me. He must be the best.
Gospel, aye.
Did you never
but Lee Miller still says Lennon's better.
Did you ever coach him, though?
I I know his mum and dad like we'd be one of them that you'd have 3 different teams on the same pitch.
That's how you went on to do it.
So well. Likes open goal as well.
Aye.
Be watching it's a game of shit.
Legend.
You're going to give me any bit of advice, what would it be?
Listen, I'm going to say we've had a right good meeting. We had a good meeting about it, and we're going to try to get down and do a vlog with Ben Dock. Be massive.
In Middlesbrough. What just happened to our throw?
You fuck.
In Middlesbrough.
Aye, and then obviously try to get a wee bit.
Oh, I need to ask you. You've not put down south. We were talking about in the Cooping Show. Biggest pet peeve. We've been in this for like a year now, and we've never mentioned it on here. When you're living down south and they'll not accept Scottish money.
Oh, mate, I know. You get raging, didn't you? I take it pure personal when they do that.
Didn't you? You pure feel like they're coming for your heritage, mate, innit?
Take the piss. You battered it, Bannockburn, you fucking get some money.
Did you have it when you were down there as well?
Can't remember. Don't think so. I think it was alright.
Norwich, you were, wasn't
I've
it?
done it in Norwich, aye.
All the time.
Norwich is a different fucking place.
It's
Isn't it?
different from most of England.
I go in Turkey.
What do you mean?
Then I take my Scottish pounds in Turkey.
That's because it's euros over, is it not?
No, but I was trying to get a plane. You have to, when you arrive in Turkey, you need to pay 20 quid. It's something to do with the visa or something. But they took English pounds, but they didn't take Scottish. So
I'm your age.
it was terrible, but that was my
What about down south? Who was the best player playing against the south?
Against, again,
Was that Premier League,
probably Kevin Phillips was good. He gave me the run around.
What?
Didn't know where he was.
Was he brilliant?
He was good. He was just clever, eh? He was behind you 1 minute, then you think that's fine. Balls pop in front of you. Good player, really good player.
Just on the Celtic and Rangers game, what impact will the outcome have if Celtic go and beat Rangers? Derek's saying on the well, that's what I was asking. Derek's on the count. He needs to find a way to win this by hook or by crook. It's not as easy as that, innit? I know. But like,
so what? Derek thinks if Rangers win this, they could win the league.
No, Derek thinks if he wins this game, he'll be fine for the rest of the season in terms of keeping his job. But if he doesn't, and then they fall behind further in the league, then he'll go quite soon. You agree with that?
Well, the new CEO is in the day after, isn't he?
Is he coming in now though? I'm sure I read something.
No, that's the chairman.
Sorry.
So new CEO comes in the day after. Now, I'm not saying that means anything, but I think I have said that right now Rangers don't have people to sack Clement or appoint a new manager. So I do think when they do have people in the background, I think there might be a wee bit more pressure on them, but I still don't think they will sack him, mate, regardless of the result this weekend, personally.
No, I don't think so.
Do you think he'll get this season out?
I think he will. I think we don't know what's in the contracts. We don't know what he's been told. He signed a new contract not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure when you hear the guy speak, he's not a dummy. You'll have certain things in there to make sure that he's protected a little bit.
What about you?
I think.
Oh, listen, again, see if Celtic win 7-0. I'm not saying that was going to happen, but obviously there is circumstances that makes that a bit different, but I think if they lose the game, I don't think he'll get sacked, no.
But in fact, it looks like he's going to qualify in Europe, does he?
They're in a great position in Europe. It's just be Celtic, they've been awful under him though. He's got it wrong so many times. I don't think he can afford to get it.
But again, is that on the manager? See, at the end of the day, when you look at it, Celtic have got 11 better players than Rangers.
But
it's not just Celtic game though. I'm just talking about there's other performances.
You know as well as us that he should be getting a lot more out of the players than he has.
I definitely agree with that. It'd be the Celtic games that I'd be the less critical, and purely because I'm more critical of Clement when he's playing teams at home and they're not dominating games. I can see why they get beat for Celtic. Celtic got better players.
But he has got it wrong v Celtic with some of the setups.
But so's the last fucking 3 Rangers managers, isn't it? It's hard when they've got better players. They're playing against better players.
I'm just thinking top of my head though, there's times where he's not went to make that game where they could have
let McGregor have the full
dominated the whole game. The game at Ibrox, remember? So they could have went on to win the league. Got that terribly wrong that day. But as you say, I don't know, maybe. So
again, we'll go with you. What would you do? Would you sit off Celtic or would you go right up against them?
I would personally I think they should still have a go, definitely. Again, I don't think I think Celtic will win the game, right? I think everyone's pretty confident in that. See if they sit off them and let Callum McGregor go and dominate the game and let Celtic get their easy touches of the ball, I think Rangers fans would be fuming if you lose the game that way. But I do think if they go and have a go and they lose 1-0, I'm not saying they'll be happy, but they'll at least see that they've went and had a go with obviously an attacking input. I think when you see the change that they've made over the last couple of games, which there has been, I think it is a lot more refreshing for the fans to watch. Not just the fact that they've went and comfortably won the games, but the way they've played. They've taken way more chances. They've looked a lot more threatening. wee daft things that like they look as if there's a lot more bodies in the box. I think as well. See when they are crossing balls in the box, like you're seeing Tav in the back post again, and midfielders breaking into the box. You look a lot more dangerous. So I think if you then strip that back and sit in and be hard to beat, again you're going to lose the game. I think you're just asking for criticism, really.
I think if you leave a lot of the room in behind your own half though against Celtic, then you're bang in trouble.
Aye, again,
they can go from there to there over the top.
Aye,
movement. You've seen it so many times. So it's a tough one to call for the manager. 100%.
Would you sit off a wee bit, do you think?
I think I'd go a wee bit off them, into not like way back, but maybe sort of mid-level. There's always that temptation though, because you always got to trust your players and think, God, let's go after them, let's go win that ball back and we'll get at them. But we've seen it so often that teams, especially in the last few games for Celtic, teams get a wee sniff and they get a wee bit overexcited, and then before you know it, bang, bang, you're 2-0 down. That's what
Aberdeen done that at Pittodrie, kind of mid-halfway press, but once they came in, they were really aggressive once they got in there.
That's the
that's it. The difference is Pittodrie's tight and Hampden's fucking huge.
Huge, aye. But you're right, you've got to be aggressive when you go apart.
I think Rangers' best bet for me is what Celtic's press is. I think if Celtic don't get their press right, which I don't think they did in a couple of the European games, I don't think they did in the first half against Hibs. I think there's been games where Celtic's press hasn't been right. I think if Celtic's press not right, I think Rangers have got a chance in that
respect. And they see the game they beat Rangers at Celtic Park 3-0. The press Rangers for the first 15 minutes
aye. Well, the reason I'm saying that as well is if you're a team that plays a high line, the reason you stop at the source at any danger behind is your press by getting close to people and no giving them. Like Hibs' chances, time and space midfielders have got to just look up and just feather a ball in behind for a 1-on-1 was crazy. So I think if Celtic don't get that right, I think the likes of Igmani and whoever it may be, Dessers or Cherny or Bajrami or whatever, I think that then gives them a better opportunity. But again, it's got to that stage where you feel as if Celtic need to play poorly and Rangers need to play really well for Rangers to win the game.
Best memories Celtic Rangers games?
Beating them, my first Old Firm game we won 3-1, played really well that day.
How was that? How was the build up to that fight? Was it like a different feeling?
It is a different feeling. It's definitely a different feeling. You could feel it around the club more than anything else. It was a game. I think Neil Lennon got sent off that day. Somebody got sent off 2 or 3 times. I don't know what he was doing, and then we went to Parkhead. Again, we weren't a good team. It was when Big Hugo scored overhead kick.
Ekiog, so he did.
Overhead kick, which the goalie should have saved. But we defended for our lives that day. That was high pressure that day. Even though we were well out the title race at that point, it still meant everything to the supporters, and it meant everything to us as well. When obviously Walter coming back in, drilling the standards into us at that point.
They were brilliant back in the games. I think they've lost that wee bit of needle a day. Back then it was always you.
Back and get it.
Do you think a lot of that was down to like obviously the fan situation and like homegrown domestic players? You know, like that as well.
Well, I was saying the other day, I was watching Rangers a few weeks ago.
Do you think Hattati like hates Rangers?
No, does he? Nah, I know 100%, because you used to grow up actually like you used to hate Rangers players, but as in cause we're really good players. Do you know what I mean? Like Barry Ferguson and guys like that. So I think you don't get that as much.
Rangers need to make it that type of game, I think, though.
Aye.
I see Aberdeen against Celtic, mate. They basically just kick fucking them, didn't they?
See, so aggressive. Shinnie should have been half, mate. He's just kicking everybody about the pitch. I don't mind Shinnie. I like him as a guy, but but he's just falling people about the pitch, mate. No falling, sorry, but he's
you don't want your centre midfielders to get close and make contact with people.
Him and other
what
boys.
About the Celtic striker just boots the goal in the heat and knocks him out?
Come on, that was a collision.
I'm saying I don't think that was a red card.
I mean, it was funny because I wanted to ask you about Danny Swanson. Said something last week that I wanted to ask you too, but he said, because Danny Swanson's a good player. Yeah. Think about where he played, probably the 3 biggest teams, maybe not Aberdeen, but Hibs, Hearts, Dundee United, and he said, there's no way, I know myself, there's no way I could have handled playing for Celtic or Rangers.
I think...
Is it a big jump for you? Like, you went for Hibs? It is.
There's no question about it. Anybody that says it isn't, well, fair play to them, but for me it was as well. I think I've seen it, even players coming again, like St Mirren and Kilmarnock's coming to Hibs, and it's too much for them because they're not used to it.
To that same jump, you've seen that with players like St Mirren, Killie going to Hibs?
I've seen it loads of times, because it's kind of the same, really. You know, the crowd are much bigger, the spotlight's bigger, and then when you go from say Hibs or Hearts to Rangers or Celtic, then it magnifies again. It is hard, especially if you go through a bad time, or you have 2 or 3 games where your confidence is down. It's a tough place to get out of.
Can you remember like a particular period that you felt like that at Rangers? You as well, Andy, eh?
When I felt it
like
individually,
the worst, like this is too much.
Nah, I think the one that I can remember kind of was under Warburton, where I had a pure bad period, 2-3 games in the Tynecastle game I spoke about, where I received it off a wedge, took it in a half turn, Jamie Walker nicked it off me, scored. But Warburton just dropped me, took me out. And I remember at that time thinking, like, I actually needed that. I actually needed, because I was probably at that point in time, I had started about 65 consecutive games for Rangers.
You're actually
I
relieved
actually
to be
knew
taken.
at that point in time, he's shown too much faith in me, trusting me. Like, I know for myself, I probably need to come out. And I think that was like the main time. Listen, I'm far from the best players I've ever played for Rangers, but I always felt that was one strength I had, that I could handle it. Like, I felt as if I could handle the pressure, and I kind of enjoyed it at times. I just wasn't as good enough. I wasn't as good as, obviously, players that have played for Rangers and Celtic in the past, really.
What about you? Is there a particular time where maybe 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I think, like Andy said, there's sometimes deep down you need to be taken out. It's not your decision, ultimately, but when you get that news, you kind of go,
You're almost hoping that it's coming.
I needed that. This is going to give me a couple of weeks now to try and get a wee bit fitter or whatever it is, and get my confidence back, get back in the team, and you come back a bit stronger. But again, I didn't ever not look forward to a game or look at a game and go, oh God, it's a tough one. It's not. You're buzzing playing the games. European nights against better teams and better players, but you always back yourself and believe in yourself.
That's one thing I've always said about Tav. Like, the criticism he gets, whether fairly or unfairly, like that, he never hides. No matter the situation, no matter his form, the criticism that's on him. Like, going into this game against Maeda, everyone knows he struggled against Maeda for the last 4 or 5 games. You know he'll be looking forward to the game.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
My ham is tight Thursday, but I'm
100%, mate. Like,
no chance.
He's missed one game in 7-8 years through injury. Like, one game.
Because this season he has been getting a lot of bad criticism, but you even see yesterday as well. What a goal that is.
What a goal.
That's some strike, aye.
Beautiful to watch it, innit? I could never play it. I could never kick a ball.
I think that's the hardest one as well. See, as a right footer coming across your left hand side to sort of hit it first time like that.
I found that type.
You're a different player. You're
any proof of that?
No, really, but I found that technique just came natural to me.
What was the best spell you had at Rangers? Can you remember like a spell you had that you felt you were playing really well?
Probably when I first went, to be honest. Aye, probably when I first went there. Had a really good pre-season. Started off the league, really, as I say, we won our first Old Firm game pretty convincingly, and then 10, 12 games in, we just all kind of dipped at that time, and Europe kept us all going. And then, obviously the manager changes, and then obviously Paul Le Guin come in, then Walter come in, so it was a tough time to be at Rangers, because not just results that were underperforming, it was managers losing their job as well, change of staff, completely new style with Paul Le Guin coming in and adapting to all that sort of stuff. When you look back on it now, it's probably the start of all the nonsense that was about to come, further down the line with all this, moving down divisions and all that. I could maybe just see a few cracks appearing.
Do you remember Walter's first talk when he came in? Is that too long ago?
Nah, I can't remember, but a few of us knew him because he was obviously Scotland manager. So we were, we knew what to expect, and we knew his standards, but he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He just, Walter tells you to jump, you ask how high.
Did you ever see him proper lose it in the dressing room at half time? Or
seen him, I think we were playing, I think it was maybe Tel Aviv away. I mean, it might have been the goalie, and he just lost out the goalkeeper. Because as much as he was, respected, he didn't go crazy. He didn't shout too much. He would just tell you quite strongly. He didn't need to be in your face and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of him, we had Kenny McDowell, who was helping with Ali McCoist. It was a brilliant sort of, they bounced off each other really, really well. You had Kenny and Ali, who were always laughing and always joking, good sitting there. You had Walter just standing over.
It's a good balance,
like the Godfather,
he's just standing there. Kenny McDowell used to do the left, right, and he'd go cheers and quiet. No, Kenny was a hero.
Great, good. It was good. They got us going because they came into the Rangers at a time where we were down. The club was down, so it was a brilliant appointment from David Murray. Obviously, as I said, Walter was the national manager, so that had to stop as well. So it was probably a big decision for Walter as well. But I think the pool of Rangers in particular is just too much for him.
Do you ever meet Walter?
Aye, a few times, aye.
What, just in like?
I just beat games, so kind of reception. Obviously, the blue room that's at the top of the marble staircase. So after games, if you were doing hospitality, whatever, you'd bump into him, talk to him. Aye,
Was he on it?
brilliant. Aye, really good.
He's the, I'd love to have got him on here.
I told the story. He phoned me after I left Rangers.
No,
Day after. Aye, sure I did.
Did he? What did he say?
No.
Just thanking us for the efforts and all that. But nice touch.
Do you have his
Was he the
number?
manager of
Do
that?
you have his number?
No, do you know what it was? Pala has Paul Burns. Don't know if you know Paul Burns. He's like his partner, business partner, or something like that. He actually phoned me and says, "If is a number trying to phone you?" And I said, "Aye." And he was like, "Well, answer it." I was like, "All right." And then he phoned back and it was him.
Mate, that's incredible.
Did you ask
I
me any
thought I was
questions
sure
or
of
did you just?
No. It was just 2-minute phone call basically.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Be so nervous in that phone, mate. Wouldn't you?
Any other questions for Ian on his career before we get into Raith Rovers?
Put me in the spot there, wee man.
Sunday show's coming away for you now. It's slowly coming away.
No, not at all. Got a cracker coming.
Nah.
Scariest team talk you've ever been involved in. Who was your scariest manager, mate? I like stuff like that. I know it's a wee guy's question, but
Probably still Big Alec McLeish.
what's that?
Because again, I was young as well, so hang on to every word the manager says. But he was quite young at the time as well. So he was 38, 39, 40s when he took over at Hibs. So he still played in the wee games. And oh man, you don't want to be in his team
It's the worst.
because you would have thought he'd never made a mistake in his career.
Oh, would he
He would
constantly be on you?
be on it all the time. But he was toughening you up. He was making you better. But generally used to like all the sort of younger boys would be looking at the teams and it used to be you'd stand in the line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You'd just be like, oh no.
Praying you're not on his team.
Praying that because you knew you were going to get it.
I think that's where Cleish gets hard done by when you look on past sort of managers
Very
because
successful.
He was brilliant.
that sort of third season you're talking about, but he had a lot of success
He was
at Hibs and
brilliant.
Rangers and then going down to Birmingham winning the
Even
League Cup.
Scotland, mate, he was good
Aston
with Scotland as
Villa
well.
as
No, good manager.
Ian, what about, this is a bit more educated, what about, you're obviously into management now, who did you take the most for?
Good, Paul.
Better win it,
Good.
me and me.
I try to take a bit from everyone, good and bad, because there's always bad sides, or not bad sides, but decisions that you look back on and you think, that was maybe the wrong one, let's not try and do that. I think I was very fortunate, a Dalek coming in, had Bobby Williamson, who was brilliant as well. Frank was different because it was only 12 games, it wasn't that long. Colin Calderwood was brilliant. Hibs supporters give Colin a lot of stick, but as a manager and as a coach to his players, I don't think we could have asked for too much more in terms of how calm and composed he was. His training was absolutely outstanding as well, but obviously the supporters don't see that sort of side of it. And then I went down to Norwich and Peter Grant, again excellent, and his man management of individuals was superb. I think if I was really, really pushed, I would probably say Alec McLeish for me.
Okay.
Just because I was young, he gave me an opportunity at Hibs, he signed me, he played me in the first team, and then he signed me for Rangers as well. And he didn't have to play me because you know what fans are like. When I first went into the Hibs team, I was the one they wanted to, pick on, and the manager stuck by me.
Well, when you first got in, did they want to pick on you?
A little bit. Because it's an easy target, isn't it? They're not going to pick on Frank Sozzi, Russel Lattapy, Matthias Jack, all these sort of guys, but the manager stuck with me all the time and he was true to his word as well, because I'd come from Dundee United, but the long story short is they withheld my registration. I couldn't play for a year, and the manager used to always, I was only 17, the manager used to say to me, just do my jobs and mopping up, whatever, he would say to me, you'd be playing on Saturday if I could play, and I used to think, good one, you'd get my confidence up. The minute I could play, I was in the team.
Brilliant,
he stuck to his word.
He was a centre half as well. You come through as a centre half.
Centre
that
half,
good for
left
you, the
back.
fact that
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. And I remember going away.
Used to make you stay at Willie Miller's just every now and again.
there was two things I remember about Alec McLeish. I was number 26, and in my second season, he pulled me and said, "What number do you want?" There was 18 or 6. And me, I was like, I'll just go 18, gaffer. And he went, no, you went number 6. So I was thinking, right, okay, I've got a chance. And he pulled me in on that pre-season. I remember, it's like last day, get a night out, manager comes in the nightclub, he's like, oh no, pulls me in, and he says, this is like maybe a week before the season started, or 2 weeks before the season, he says, you're a starter for me this season. And again, true to his word. So he looked after me.
So he said that to you in a nightclub?
In a nightclub, yeah.
See that, I've heard that with a manager say something to you in a nightclub, and you're see when you get home, you're like, See,
Or a
listen,
pub,
that, 'cause he
whatever
was
it was.
steaming.
Aye, do you remember
See, the next day, like, do you remember what you were saying last day? He's like, can't remember a thing, man. Bastard.
That was like Greg Stewart after, remember?
With the contract.
Rangers were the league, he was like, hey, Gerrard, going to use a new deal next year.
That's brilliant. Has he just quickly with Lattapy, would he just come and get the ball for you? He would
Just come and get and you want to give him it anyway. Again, I was lucky because I went into that team, so as long as I worked hard and ran about and maybe done a few extra miles and a couple of the older guys and gave them the ball, my job was fairly and done your basics, win your headers and defend your set plays, because you had guys like Mixu and Gary Smith, Paul Fenton, and you don't do the job, they'll tell you. There was no messing
Yogi
about.
says that Lattapy could have played for Man United.
I
Honestly,
didn't see the most of Lattapy.
he was
Oh,
brilliant.
joke, mate.
I know, I seen him at the end before.
Did you see my Falkirk at the end?
Aye,
He was
Falkirk.
ridiculous. He was absolutely amazing on the ball.
And would he just smoke, like, just freely smoking the training ground and that?
Done what he wants, really. He was Russell. Like, he wasn't a runner. He just wanted the ball all the time. He was carefree, that from where he came from. I remember we went to Trinidad over the winter break, obviously just for Russell. It's the welcome he got. There was TV crews and stuff outside the aeroplane, and there was a big choir all singing his name, and that was honestly that was the last time we saw Russell for about 2 weeks.
He just fucked off.
What did Hibs sign him for?
I don't know, but he
Great
came on
question, by the
trial.
way.
He came on trial, and they played.
Came on trial?
Gets even better, and they played Brecon away
Oh my
in the
God.
reserve game. And Alec took him off after 10 minutes.
Well, because he was shy.
No, because he was brilliant.
Oh, right,
He
in
says
case
get him
somebody
off
seen him.
in case somebody gets him, and then signed.
Wow.
Was he good at Rangers?
I'd be lying if I says I can remember, but you just remember him being like a maverick and that, but I can't like remember like saying, no, he was brilliant in this game or whatnot. A wee bit before.
Imagine that choir singing your name.
Be brilliant, wouldn't it?
It's Sally Army and Anderson, isn't it?
Oh, honestly.
Right, on a ref, who's asking the big question?
Honestly, that is one of the most. That's the biggest shock I've seen in football in a long time. That sacking me. That was totally bizarre.
That is embarrassing, man.
Honestly, mate, I just found it totally bizarre.
So I asked him off camera, did you have any inkling that it was coming? Nothing.
Nothing at all. I mean, I've done a wee bit with the BBC.
Sorry, can I go
after.
before this? See, when you finished the season, like the season before, did you just have like a review of the season? They've said how you've done?
No, there was never any reviews. There was never any set demands put on me specifically. We were quite open about where we wanted to go with it all, and we felt we'd recruited really well in the summer window.
Which were all your players, just so I can ask you all your players? Yeah.
It's like how would you say we worked it? We worked together. It wasn't here's your 10 players. Nothing like that. Absolutely nothing like that at all. Which you're always going to get some people that will want to, kind of make that up or guess that's what. But that's not true. And then we have the League Cup where we were all right. We weren't brilliant, but we lost one game. Do you know what I mean? We'd lost one game on the back of getting to the final of the playoffs. And the game that we lost up at Ross County, we probably should have won. There was definitely an improvement from the playoff final to the League Cup. I know it's different. And then we lose at Airdrie on the opening day. Again, we're losing games by a goal. So we lost 2 games at that, both away from home, both by a goal. It's not as if we were getting battered. It's not as if teams were dominating us. Far from it. It was just one shift either way kind of decided the games. And then on the Sunday morning I got a call, and that was it.
What was the reason? What was the reason they gave?
Again, the only reason I was given was they felt that they were going in a different direction, and they felt the team had regressed over recent. That was it.
Did you not say, like, why did you not tell us that months ago?
Nah, because when you get that call, you don't.
What did you expect the call to be, just to talk about the game?
Do you know what I generally thought? Because it was the CEO that called me, and I thought it was probably a call to say, keep going, we'll be all right. We're here to back you. We're here to help you. We've got the window. The window's still got another 3 or 4 weeks to go. We're going to get players in. But it was the complete opposite. It's complete opposite. But the mind was made up. You're not telling me they woke up on Sunday morning and decided to sack me. They decided that a long time ago. Probably decided it
Back at that.
way back.
And it should be done face to face, really, shouldn't it? Nah?
Well, I don't know how it works now, but it is mad. I mean, you look at the position Raith are in now, it's not as if like you've left and they've kicked into this whole new gear. And with all due respect to Raith Rovers, I think he's way overachieved last year and how close he's ran Dundee United with the budget they had, the players they still had, probably SPL players. So for you to be given one game in the league after what you've done previously was mental.
But that's why I think it's decided a long time ago.
Aye.
You know, it's probably they're a wee bit, you know, like you say, overachieved perhaps a little bit, and that's probably kept me there longer than they probably wanted me there. But again, you'll have to ask them.
Did you see the reason I never thought it was planned months ago is because when you were sacked, I just expected that somebody would be appointed on the Monday, but it took them like a month, 5-6 weeks to
Took them a
appoint
while,
somebody else,
yeah. I
didn't
mean,
it?
again, I don't really know the ins and outs of it all, what happened. I think you'd always expect a succession plan to be there, for whatever it is. But yeah, it took them a while.
Am I not right in saying that it was reported somebody was going in though and then it fell through or
I
something?
think Healy won it,
David Healy, I
Aye,
think, yeah.
that's right, aye.
See, last season, was there a point in, if you're being completely honest, was there a point where you thought we were going to win this? Or were you
I
never
think
really
there was a
thinking
point
that?
where we thought we could win it. I think we went up to Tannadice and won. 1-0. I think we went 5 clear. Look, I knew how hard it was going to be though. I could see it and feel it getting harder every week, because I think at the start of the season, in every league, every team comes out and goes, oh, we're going to play like this, let's do that, and then a few bad results for some teams or a change of manager, they change and go a bit more compact. We certainly found it harder in the second half of the season. There's no question about that, because teams were much more compact against us. They kind of gave us a bit more respect, if you like. We found it hard. But we managed to get there. We managed to win enough games to get... We finished second by 14 points. It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then we get to the final, which was hard again against Partick Thistle. But I think we went to Tannadice and won.
Is that Dylan Easton?
Dylan Easton, yeah, really good goal. And then we beat obviously Dundee United at home. That was a big game because I think they were 4 ahead of us at that point. So that cut it down. But you look back in some games and you think, could we have done better? Of course we could have. But like Andy said, I think the boys gave everything. I don't think there was much more to give. I think the tank was nearly, when we played Ross County in that last game, the tank was empty.
So you didn't even get like a well done for the season after the season finishes?
Get nothing, but nothing.
No,
Zero. No
the
thanks.
the last game finished,
No
you didn't speak to
gratitude.
them again until the following summer, or just
Well,
transfers and
we
stuff
go
like
away on holiday, and then you come back, and I say 5-6 weeks into it, that I'm out the door. But again, look, communication's been minimal since, and that's fine.
Ian, so you said that you thought that maybe they had their minds made up months before. Had anything happened at that time because you were flying? Why would you think that maybe...
I mean, I'm guessing as well, because I don't know, and I'll never know.
Had anything happened that maybe you weren't happy with, or they weren't happy with, or...
All I can say is I was really happy. I was really looking forward to the season. I felt we had a really good opportunity to go and one better. I felt the players, the players we brought in were really, really good. I felt the sort of atmosphere around the dressing room was really, really good. The only reason I can think it was months ago is because the reasons that they gave don't make any sense. They just don't add up. So unless they're not telling me something, again, that's their prerogative. I can only take what I was told.
Yeah.
I know you'll be bored of talking about it, but the mad thing is, I remember like 4 or 5 weeks in a row, we kept saying anytime a job was coming up, like, I think an Ian Murray or a Rhys McCabe, that was the two we kept saying, like kind of every week, wasn't it? So it's like that's Raith's sort of pot of gold that they could get compensation for a manager, then obviously they'll look elsewhere, and then from that to what happened, wild, isn't it?
Crazy.
Would you go abroad, or would you like to stay?
Yeah, I think I would go anywhere as long as it's the right thing. These things that I've went through in the last job, I take them all as learning curves now as well. You know, in a perverse way, Raith, what they've done to me has taught me a lot, because I've never really had it before. So I'd always need to make sure my next job is the right job for me. I'm the right person for them as well, and rather than just jumping in and taking one.
Obviously he's never going to say it, but if you are a manager and you've left the job and they're not doing as well, you're buzzing, aren't you?
Oh, you're over the moon.
I hope
You are over the moon.
Especially if they treat you like that, I think.
You're checking the result every weekend, praying they get beat, aren't you? I used to do it to players at the same team.
Playing ahead of you.
100%. I would want the team to get beat, not even the player to have a bad game. My team to get beat.
There hasn't been a lot of jobs that have come up this year, hasn't it? Like we're in. Usually at this stage, there's a lot of.
I'm the only one in the Championship that's been sacked.
Wow.
This season so far. And
St Johnstone Hearts, I think, the only two SPL,
yeah,
isn't it?
that's only 2.
To SPL, which is quite. Is it not usually a lot more at this stage of the season?
Definitely
How
feels that way.
Good
aye.
and quiet.
I forgot, mate. Won a game at the weekend.
Falkirk are good.
Brilliant.
Mate, 3-0 they beat Raith, mate. If what I heard, it
good
could
The
be
thing is,
100.
I actually really want them to win the league.
Mate, do you know what? They're going to win it because they are absolutely brilliant. They are, mate. I can't believe it.
Mate, I said that I've never analysed the team and found it so hard, like what we're going to do against it, because their movements, they move so much, mate.
They're good.
Usually you play against a team like the winger will come in, the fullback will go high, mate. Like they're moving just constantly. Sometimes it's fucking, you're like, wow.
See, I've seen a bit of Falkirk now as well, and again, no disrespect to their squad. That's not a championship winning squad.
No,
I think there's better squads in that league. So I think so much credit to the management and the staff, because John has got them flying. Absolutely flying. Like you say, the movement is just ridiculous. The distances are brilliant.
The Friday night, the week before, that to me that was like watching Barcelona play.
Freaking. Lattapy was playing for Barca.
Queen's Park could not get a touch of the ball.
I've seen
Breaking be. And by the way, Callum Davidson, look what Callum Davidson's done as a manager. That means you're like a bubble, mate.
You just I'm watching that, mate, knowing that we're playing them the week after. I was like, what fuck do we do against this?
Mate, they might struggle to hold on to him, Falkirk.
I think they will. Why not?
100%.
Possibly double back-to-back promotions.
I know, just teams in that, they always want like a fancier name than a John McGlynn, don't they?
That's it. Just the name.
You've seen people say as well, when the Hearts job came up, everyone's like, Hearts will not go for John McGlynn because he's been there before. You're like, what? Just 20 years ago, he's clearly a different manager now than he was back then. So why would I had
that discussion with a few of my friends in Edinburgh, and if I was on the Hearts board at that time, I would 100% spoke to John McGlynn. I'm saying if he got the job, but 100% would have spoke to John McGlynn.
Yeah,
it had to be the thinking, surely.
Had to be.
Davey said you're up his arse.
Davey Martindale said that to him, size up John McGlynn's arse.
Did he? Size McGlynn.
Yeah, I love that for Davey.
By the way, he's not happy at all.
Love that for Davey.
It's embarrassing.
There's one guy in Scottish football you don't want after you, it's Davey, innit?
They actually run them close. What is it, like?
They beat them. Murray beat them a couple of weeks ago.
8 points, I think it is.
Was it 8?
Game in hand, though.
Just the other games for the weekends, lads. Lawrence Shankland's back in amongst the goals. Go on, Lawrence. Going to tell you this, I've made a couple of bad shouts. Put Wilson up front. Let him fucking run channels. Shankland goes and gets 2 goals.
Here's my shout. Shankland will finish top goal scorer in the league.
Wow.
There's my shout.
But somebody's only got 6, they know.
Cal McGregor, mate. Cal McGregor's top scorer.
Well, how many goals?
6.
Nah, the league should be void. Void the league, mate. He's the top scorer on 6.
Aye.
But I've scored 6, I've scored 6,
Simon Murray second on 5.
He's like, Murray will be dead ahead because Murray's not scoring, is he? He's not scored a lot.
No, on the
well,
bench.
I think, mate, there's something mad like 10 players on 5 goals. It's like,
poor that, mate.
Like Dessers, Kyogo, Tierney,
Kyogo's goal at the weekend, too.
Kuhn.
Best goal I've ever seen.
Kuhn might be on 6, actually.
What? Wait a minute. Best goal you've ever seen?
Full move. I've not seen him score a goal like that, ever.
He's touched.
Kyogo's? Some touch,
Best I've seen.
Then the wee dink.
There's some touch.
You go along with that? You think Shankland could finish top scorer still?
Definitely could still. Don't think he will, but could.
Do you think Hart's style of play suits Shankland more now? You think he'll get more chances than he did previously?
I think playing up front, for me, that's about the kind of bugbear I've had of him. Just play him up front.
Got to play him up front.
So playing him in a 10, man. He's not 10.
No, he's not a 10.
And again, it's what you're saying. His partner for the first 10 games of the season was Kenny Vargas. Playing up front with him behind them. So you've got a winger. With all due respect to Kenny, I think everyone that's watched him, he's not a finisher. Do you know what I mean? So like,
just kept crossing it when he went to shoot.
Shanks has actually created a lot of opportunities for him.
Yeah. And you want it the other way about, didn't you?
You want it the other way about, aye. So again, I think he'll finish top scorer.
I seen talk that he might be
never
in
started
January.
the season last year well in terms of goal return, Shanks. It was slightly better than this it would be, but he went through a wee sort of 7-8 game spell at the start of last season where he didn't score. Still finished with 30.
I wanted to get your opinion on this because I seen a wee bit of this at the weekend through Hearts people that I know.
All right.
The centre back pairing. What would be, so you've got Kent, Rolls and Halkett. People are saying they're desperate to see Kent and Halkett together.
I've said for months, you'll find it in a past podcast that for me, when fit, Craig Halkett's Hearts' best centre half. When fit.
I think better than Kent,
I think he's their best centre half, aye. I've said it for a long time. But again, obviously, they had 2 bad injuries, so obviously the second one was his knee issue. He was at the team for a long time. I just expected at the start of the season when Hearts didn't start so well, I think Kai Rolshu's done really well with a couple of mistakes for certain goals. I just expected Hearts to get back in a lot sooner than he has. But sometimes that's what you need. We've all been there as a player. Kent comes off injured last week. Who's the other one? Was it the right back for Brentford? They both come off injured in the first half. I think that's almost what you need as a player. That's to get your chance again.
You see much of Hearts under, Critchley?
I only saw the derby. I thought, oh god, that was a bad game.
That was a bad game.
That was the worst derbies I've ever seen.
A gang fight, wasn't it?
Aye, but I mean, I know a lot of Hearts supporters, they seem to really like him though. I mean, I think Hearts will be all right. I just think they'll be all right, especially at home. They'll be fine.
That Spittle-Penrice partnership looks to be
brilliant.
really good.
I really like that
Spitz has done really well, but Penrice for me he's been Hearts' best player by a comfortable distance. Every time I watch him, every time I've watched Hearts, he's been their standout player. Just energy, athleticism on the left hand side. The amount of balls he's flashing across the goal.
No. I think I told you. I read something. I think Shankland could be away in January.
With the
Rangers.
Where have you read that?
No, I'm serious.
Well, I'm saying he's a top goal scorer in the league if he stays at Hearts. There you go.
Do you think that's possible? Do you think that he could go because his contract's up the summer? But could you see him going in January?
Depends how much Hearts are going to get from me. I think.
But would you at this situation Hearts are in now? Would you take anything you're getting for him that you're not going to get at all?
I think they keep him because if he is banging goals in, playing well, it's probably worth more to them.
Right.
What are you going to get for 6 months contract? You're not going to get a lot.
Is that were you a similar situation when you went to Rangers?
I was out of contract, yeah.
And was it in January that you agreed it? You never told anyone?
Nah.
But it was announced early, wasn't it? Because you were getting a bit of stick for Hibs fans, am I right in saying that?
Well, it was. You know what it was? It was the year Rangers won the league at Easter Road, and I was out of contract, and I wasn't going to play in that game because the man Tony Mowbray said, "Look, we're not going to play you. We had to not get beat by a certain amount of goals so we could get in Europe." So we come the week before, he said, "Look, I'm going to have to play. I'm sorry. We think you're going to Rangers, so we don't want to be in that position." And we went out, and obviously Rangers scored.
You started celebrating
20 minutes to go.
Remember the last 10-15 minutes though? Do you remember?
Just walking about.
Aye.
That was right, I remember that.
Because we didn't want to lose any more goals. Rangers obviously didn't want to concede any more goals. But look, there was interest. And once Rangers were interested in me, that was kind of made up my mind anyway.
So would you urge Shankland to go and just piss Hearts fans off?
Look, they'll hate him anyway if he leaves to go to Rangers. That's the nature of the beast. You can score 100 goals, but the minute you pull on.
So you think if he goes to Rangers, he'll be hated by Hearts fans?
Yeah, he was getting some abuse the other night.
Did John Shooter sign the pre-contract when I was there?
100%.
To Rangers. And the booze he got the next game.
Shankland's been unbelievable for them, isn't he? Like, they shouldn't.
Shooter, mate.
I know, but I mean,
He was getting abuse the other night. I think the Circle Bruce game.
Aye.
See, it was the hardest night of his career.
Aye.
The abuse he got.
by Hearts fans?
Aye.
Because he looks like he's going to leave.
No, for missing the penalty.
All right. Wow. Aberdeen. Another disappointing result for them. What is it?
Devastated. I really thought Aberdeen were going to.
No, but it still can. They've had a wee bumpy patch. It's not that bad at a bumpy patch.
Talk about a title challenge. That was the question. They're totally out of that now. Totally. That's 5 in a row now. They had to win there on Saturday. They did. I think he got it wrong with his team. Nicky no playing. A few others I think he got it wrong. But
why is he doing that? Is that based on form, or do you think that's based on tiredness because they've not got Europe, have they?
I don't know if it was that game on v Celtic. I've maybe played a lot of games. I don't know.
This is getting a madness now. See this when you've played 2, you can now
100%,
any time there's a midweek game, some people need to get dropped on a Saturday. What? Why?
See, growing up, not even just growing up, but see, even say 5 years ago, it was always your best 11 that played, and you'd maybe have the odd change if you'd maybe dropped. But now it's as if you can't play 2 games a week.
I think with Aberdeen squad now, I think there's 2-3 positions where, because a lot of players are doing really well in that position, they can change. But like Jack McKenzie, Nicky Devlin, these boys need to play. You need to play every game. When you're fit, you play. But I think your Duke or
Morris and
McGrath and these boys, I think they can change because they're all doing well. So they're all kind of fighting for that one position. But your main starters are going to play every game.
You had Devlin at Dumbarton?
Well, I went in there. He was on loan from Motherwell to Dumbarton at the time, and then after I don't know where he went after that. Did he go down south? I think.
Walsall,
I think.
He was doing Walsall. He went
here. He was young. He was only 18, 19, right back.
Could you see things in him that you thought he would do well?
He needed to improve a lot in terms of with the ball, but he certainly had the physical attributes at the time. He was quite a big lad for his age as well, very athletic. But that was probably all he needed to do, was just get a wee bit better with the ball, because he had that engine going up and down. So you can see why he's turned into a really good, solid, international now, at right back. But we had some good lads at Dumbarton at the time.
I wanted to ask you about Aberdeen as well, because I was checking the lineup. And at home to St Johnstone again, do you need to play Nilsson and Shinnie as a team?
No, you don't.
Can you not play one of them and put McGrath and Clarkson either side of them and go a wee bit more adventurous?
Well, he done that. He took one of them off at half time.
Did he?
I took what's the boy's name?
Big Nilsson.
He's a psychopath, mate, isn't he?
He is a psychopath.
Oh, he's a nutcase, mate. He's a
I always butchered his name, but see the boys at Paul Verth's house.
He came on, Andy.
He's really good, didn't he?
I like him.
He's really good. He made a difference.
Signed for somebody for big money.
Man City.
Man City,
that's right. You were saying.
Man City
came on and
paid
played
like
really
£8 million for him.
Mate, that's exactly what I was thinking watching that game. You don't need the two there because they're not creating anything. They're kind of similar players, to be honest. So I think he got his team.
It's like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger and twins. That's what they look like next to each other. You seen that film Twins? That's Shinnie and Nelson, mate. But another, the two centre backs slow. They seem to get hot in the counter quite a bit. But just straight, remember Lasagna
get through.
Well, what I will say is
done it to them on
Kenzie
Saturday.
Kirk, Sidibe and Kimpel are rapid. So I don't know if they're slow, but the St Johnstone boys are very...
It's Lasagna's particularly quick as well, isn't he? What was Mackenzie Kirk like at Hearts? Because he was good in the B team against us.
Scored for fun
Scored
for
loads
the
of
B
goals,
team.
didn't he?
Aye, scored
Good
for fun
goal,
for the
yeah.
B team. Again, probably similar to what you're saying in terms of Nicky Devlin. He was raw. Probably had to get better certain areas technically, but loads of pace, loads of athleticism. Just young, raw. Probably had to go out and play football to sort of grow and learn and be able to make mistakes. And even St Johnstone, it's November. I think he's only started two or three games. So he's had to wait to obviously get his chance. And then when he's came in, he's done very well. So
Looks like a good finisher, didn't he?
he's a great finisher. Really good finisher.
I think
No, he reminds me of Ryan Hardy. Very similar type of player.
you see these players though, they're so effective and horrible to play against. Because anybody that wants to run that way against a defender, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you want to go and play in front of defenders, that's great for any defender. Anybody that will, then you think, God, where's he going?
I know, because
Valkyarie's done a good job at St Johnstone.
Yeah. I like it. He's a wee chill. He just sits and he screams, doesn't he? He seems like he's quite a chilled guy. I quite like him. What was it? The Hibs team that obviously so famous, Scott Brown, Kevin Thompson. What was that, in your opinion, what was that team missing for going and winning a league?
Staying together.
For a long period of time.
Because I think when you were all together, it was very young, wasn't it? So I don't
Really
think
young.
so much just adding to it. I think it was maybe keeping it for 2-3 years. And then after that,
But then you think, you always go on the flip side of it, say Jenk Scott Brown would have been the player he was if he stayed at Hibs.
Of course,
Do you know what I mean? He's moved to Celtic, but he's playing with better players. He's a bigger club. He had to perform. So it's a tough question.
What was the stage where you thought, like, we are close to Celtic and Rangers? Was there a stage you thought that?
I don't know if we ever believed we were going to go and challenge them. I think we'd certainly used to go out and think we could beat them.
There's 2 points off from regular.
Aye, we had no fear. We had no fear whatsoever in that team.
Tell them what Gaz and Deeks and that would say on the bus there.
Well, you'd be driving to Tynecastle or Parkhead or Ibrox, wherever it was, and decent side, and you know what Gaz and Deeks are like. Deek could be sitting in the bus, probably drinking a bottle of fizzy Lucozade or something, saying, I'm going to score a hat-trick today. Right. And Big Gaz will go, I'm going to score a hat-trick as well. And I'm sitting there thinking, as a defender,
You're 6-0 up.
6-0
As long as I can see 7, we've got a draw.
And then you go out and get beat like 4-1, and Gaz and Deeks will be like, defence is absolutely rubbish. You're rubbish. You're rubbish.
Supposedly that's all they used to say, wasn't it? The defence is shite.
Oh, they're brilliant.
That's fucking brilliant. And would you tell him to shut up?
I can't even remember.
Like Gaz Caldwell, they say that Gaz used to fucking give him a
Gaz
bit back, didn't he?
Gaz Caldwell would have, definitely.
Like, they are brilliant. They always try to outdo each other and all, don't they? Always one better than the other.
Think we will ever see it again? Anybody ever win a league outside Celtic and Rangers?
No.
Nah. Just
Honestly, no, unless something like Tony Bloom comes in with more than 10 million quid right enough, which is what's reported, but no, unless something like that happens, I don't think it'll ever happen again.
What in recent years, what has been the closest? Probably Burley's Hearts team. Remember, they were fucking...
Ronnie Dyler's Celtic.
Aberdeen were
February, still wasn't close, but that was a title challenge till maybe February, March. Do you know what I mean? And then in the end, Celtic put it away, but that's as close as there's been for years, I'd imagine, since probably the early 90s. Or mid-90s, sorry.
Where do you stand on the Aberdeen Rangers thinking Rangers will finish second now?
I do. I thought Rangers were always going to be second. I was at the start of the season, obviously, when Aberdeen started well, but then the gap got quite, like 9 or 12 points at one point, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong here, but they've clawed it back pretty quick.
I thought Aberdeen were going to do it, I know. But just going on the performances, Rangers do look much better than what they had been shown, and Aberdeen have obviously...
What areas of pitch think Aberdeen could get better? Centre forward?
Striker, aye. But see, saying that, I still think... I'm surprised that Nisbet's not really done a bit more, especially with the fact that Aberdeen are doing well. I just expected if he was playing every week to score more goals, but again, him and soccer still are getting rotated all the time, isn't he? So it's just a case of just give 1 or 2 a run. Because
it isn't like you're not seeing Nisbet miss a lot of chances. It doesn't seem like he's getting a lot of chances of falling at them, does it?
No.
But they've got depth and in certain areas of the pitch. Boy Papi Gay can obviously play up front as well. So Papi Gay, Sokler,
What does he play? Is he play two in the middle? Was it 4-2-3-1?
4-2-3-1 as well. Aye.
Because I was thinking that, when I was watching it at the weekend, I was like, I think they need more creativity, but they've got the boy Clarkson there. He's playing 10, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I do think I definitely think Aberdeen are at their best under Jimmy Keelan as a counter-attacking team though. I do think they play to win the ball in certain areas of the pitch and just sort of.
But that's Scandinavian speciality. They love it. They love counter attack. That's what they do.
Oh, did you play? You played there, didn't you?
No, I was assistant over in Norway. It was the same. Teams used to go really low in the park, but the minute they won it, bang, it was like springing everywhere. They love it.
But the thing is, you can't be that type of team at home at Pittodrie if you're an Aberdeen manager, can you?
Totally different culture, eh?
Yeah.
You have to go and get at them really quickly.
But do you go fuck the culture and just play like that?
I think that's what he's doing. I think he's doing it his way. I think what I've liked about the manager at Aberdeen is he'll make his changes early.
Yeah.
If he's not happy with it.
Was that 3 at half time?
He's doing them really quickly.
All right, last wee bit, penalty controversy. Did you give Jim Goodwin after it, talking about hope the pundits? Do you think Jim Goodwin would count us? Maybe you probably would think he'd count us as pundits.
I'm
So he's fucking no interested in your opinion, but we're going to speak about it. Thoughts on both incidents?
I think they're both. I think the ref gets them both right.
So do I.
Yeah.
I don't think the punch for the goalie, man.
I don't think he punches him.
I don't even think he makes contact with him, does he?
Nah.
So, if he punches right through him like David Marshall one last year,
fucking wrong that.
that's a pen. But
the one United get against him, he's kicked his foot, isn't he?
that's a pen.
Scotland are just in front of him, eh?
Yeah.
You can't swing that hard at a ball.
And no touch.
No touch the ball and catch somebody's foot and no get a penalty against you.
Kelly's goalie, mate.
You're not happy with goalies, mate, you know.
See, when I watch sports here and the goalies, amount of goals goalies are getting away, mate.
Do you think the ball's getting back to them too much though?
No, I'm talking about saving shots.
Oh, just
right
saving.
Right, you just fucking hold the ball, man.
I've been bugging you all year on it, goalies.
Oh, goalies, mate.
What do you think the standard goals in the league's poor?
Last couple of weeks has been particular. I think I counted 6 goals in the last 2 weeks that goalies have caused. We've running about that for fucking 90 minutes here and you're dropping the ball. Fuck.
Mate, I actually think though that people are going back to the amount of mistakes I'm seeing.
Us against, sorry, going back to the goalie, us against, your goalie may as well fucking put a outfield jersey and captain's armband on it by the time we pass the ball back.
But see Celtic's the goal against Bruges. Carvicker's passing it to the net. You're trying to score in that goal. Why do you keep going back? Listen, I understand, I'm not this dinosaur where you can't use your goalkeeper, I get it, but I just feel now your goalkeeper's a goalkeeper, he's the worst player on the pitch, or he wouldn't be a goalkeeper, so stop passing the ball.
Well, what about Leipzig? It was alright against Leipzig.
Stop passing him the ball.
It was alright against Leipzig, but know what I mean?
I loved it against Leipzig.
You don't realise it playing through the lives. But even the boy yesterday against Rangers, don't game it. I know he took.
But even the goalie, right? See when that ball's coming back and you can see Rangers are doing that, and you're not a team that play it for the back. Just kick the ball up the pitch. You've got Jordan White at 6'8". Kick the ball up to him.
He wasn't on yet.
That was a bad one.
Was he not playing?
He wasn't on yet.
Imagine again. Anything else?
He's been magic. We're going to get him a wee bit for the live here. Can't wait. He's been outstanding.
Give him a job. Somebody give him a job.